outcomes from one of the leading heart hospitals in the country. Because when it's your heart, you don't take chances. DemandDeborah.org.
Air conditioner, oh air conditioner, will you make it through the summer? If you don't, it'll be a bummer. Start your spring off right. We got huge rebates if that budget's tight. This is Jonathan Cans, and I am not a poet. I am, however, the third-generation owner of Marvin E. Cans Heating and Air Conditioning. We are the mainline's oldest family-owned HVAC company, and we are not private equity owned. But we are experts in rebates, big ones. And right now, there are up to $2,300 in rebates available. Contact us at marvinecans.com. That's marvinekanze.com.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. NHL star Matt Martin for American Humane.
Hi, I'm Matt Martin, and in all my years of playing professional hockey, I've gotten my share of bruises and injuries. But for many who really put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. I'm talking about our veterans. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress, and tragically, 20 take their own lives. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane, serving the U.S. military for over 100 years, has put together a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving service animals. If you are a veteran or know a veteran struggling with PTS, please go to AmericanHumane.org for this free, downloadable resource. Let's give our veterans the help they need to win their battle.
For more information, visit AmericanHumane.org.
Heart disease and stroke can be catastrophic. They're leading causes of death, disability, and healthcare spending in the U.S., yet they're largely preventable. Alarmingly, heart disease and stroke are taking a toll on middle-aged adults 35 to 64, with over 800,000 deaths and hospitalizations in 2016. Million Hearts is a national initiative focused on preventing 1 million heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular events by 2022. Coordinated actions by Million Hearts partners in communities, healthcare, and public health will keep people healthy, optimize care, and improve outcomes in populations at risk. Everyone has a part to play. Focus on the ABCs of heart health. A. Aspirin use when appropriate. B. Blood pressure control. C. Cholesterol management. And S. Smoking cessation. To learn more, visit cdc.gov/vital signs.
I'm just a kid. I'm 6. I'm 9. I'm 4.5. And I've got asthma. You know just how upset I can get when I have an asthma attack.
And I know that you want to do all that you can do to help me.
But you might not know about all the different stuff that can make me have an asthma attack.
Or all the simple things you can do to fight my asthma.
You can fight it with a bear.
You can fight it with a duck. You can fight it with a wrench.
Put my teddy bear in the freezer to wipe out dust mites.
Dry off rubber duckies and fix leaks to get rid of mold. 'Cause mold can start my asthma attacks too.
Discover other simple ways to prevent an asthma attack. Visit noattacks.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
Thanks for doing all you can to help me out. 'Cause I don't want to feel like a fish with no water.
Weather sponsored by H&K Group Incorporated.
90-degree temperatures make a return to the forecast heading into the weekend. Plenty of sunshine today. It'll be hotter, but not humid, with a high of around 90. For tonight, it'll be milder, mostly clear, low 68 for the city, a bit cooler in the suburbs, and a hot day on Friday with plenty of sunshine with a high 92.
Start your new career with H&K Group Incorporated. H&K Group wants to offer you the opportunity to be part of the industry leader. 80 locations across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Visit hkgroup.com and apply today. H&K is an equal opportunity employer.
Kale and Company weekday mornings 6 till 10.
Just to point out how great this show is, Dawn Stensland, Greg Stocker, everybody involved. We are crushing it in the YouTube game.
Thank you for making us the #1 viewed news talk show in Odyssey.
And if you ever miss the show, you can always get the podcast on iTunes, where we have a 4.9 out of 5. Vicky Herz, Herz, says, the only podcast that truly feels like a family, especially when you watch on YouTube.
Aww.
They tell the truth, they debate.
And we fight.
And most of all, they start at 6 a.m.
Wow.
Thankfully, with the podcast, I can listen anytime.
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app. WPHT, WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. Lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. It's the afternoon show, the Rich Zioli Show. I am not Rich. I'm Shannon Burke sitting in this afternoon along with Eric Stacy, my producer.
What's up?
855-839-1210 is the telephone number here if you want to get involved. There is a lot to get to today. We'll get to California. They are still counting ballots there. Last I heard, there's 700 or 800,000 left to count. They say it could be weeks. I don't know why it takes so long. They say it's the law there. The Southern Poverty Law Center has received a superseding indictment from the DOJ. Apparently, they've been paying for dry cleaning for the Klan's robes and whatever they need for a cross burning. I guess they get reimbursed. They fill out an expense report, like I had some lumber and some gas. I need. We'll get to that as well. There's just so much going on. Water is flowing into the reflection pool, which is great news. Slowly. It's going to take till Sunday, I believe, for it to completely fill up. Trump's beautification of D.C. is going quite well, albeit gets no media play at all. And this caught my eye, and I think this is probably an example of, I would say Donald Trump is the greatest troller of all time. And if you've been watching the news and you've been seeing the cutaway shots of the White House and the South Lawn there, you'll notice that for a couple of weeks, the UFC arena that was constructed there, quite big. It's a giant, to do the stage, the lighting, and all of that nonsense. Yesterday in the Oval, Trump suggested that maybe we'll never take it down. He says he compared it to the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and he claims that it's quite attractive to a lot of people. They really like it. Maybe we'll never take it down. And then he brings in the Eiffel Tower and says, people don't know this, but the Eiffel Tower was built. It was supposed to be taken down immediately after the World's Fair. They left it up a little bit longer and longer. It's beautiful. It's a tremendous tower. They've never taken it down. Now, I don't know that the UFC arena has the same allure as the Eiffel Tower. I mean, the Eiffel Tower is beautiful at night. It's lit up. You could see it as part of the skyline. The most photographed thing, I think, anywhere. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a troll. I'm looking at a photograph of it right now. Look, I get it. It's for an event. Trump loves the UFC. It's for UFC Freedom Fights 250. It's going down in a couple of weeks, June 14th. It's going to have Ilia Topuria and intern title holder Justin Gaethje. I don't know these people. It is towering over the West Wing and the executive residence. It's visible from practically everywhere. But let's think practically about this. What if, is it an octagon?
Yes,
okay.
It is an octagon.
What if this octagon was used, instead of regularly for fights, you got to get some use out of this thing, right? What if we settled global conflicts in the White House octagon? Like Trump has world leaders into the Oval, right? Instead of a discussion in front of the fireplace, let's bring the leaders. Let's say Bibi Netanyahu and Joseph Aoun, who's the president of Lebanon. They got a little thing going right now. You bring them in. They've already got the satin robes on. They do a weigh-in, and Trump, talks them up. We do some photos, and we take it out to let's just take it outside.
Now, are you talking about Netanyahu himself getting into the ring, or do we have like an Israeli and a Lebanon champion that get in there?
No, it's the leaders. These leaders have to do it. We bring them in there. In this corner, Israel's Netanyahu. It's not in good shape, not in very good shape, a little fat. Joseph Aoun from Lebanon. Can't even speak our language, I don't know. Let's get ready to trumble. There's no doubt in my mind that the sight of this UFC arena on the South Lawn is an absolute stake in the heart of every Democrat that sees it, right? It's a carnival atmosphere. It's physical sports. People are beating each other. It's red, white, and blue. It's got stars all over it. And Trump just wants to, troll a little bit and say, maybe we'll leave it there permanently. I don't know. A lot of people like it. They find it quite attractive.
I mean, if it had been like across the street or down the street, you can leave it up there permanently. I think maybe leaving that on the lawn is going to be a little tough.
I think so too. But I think it's like I saw it and I immediately thought, God, this is
it's gaudy,
ghastly is what it is. And listen, if you've heard me before, you know that I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not 100% in the bag. I really have an issue with all of the gold stuff in the Oval Office. Every time I see that Oval Office, he's found a blank space on the wall. Bring in my gold guy. I've got a guy. He does gold. We're gonna put some gold. And I don't even know what you call those little carvings. It looks like the face. Like what used to be on the face of cabinets at your Aunt Sue's house in the old days. That little, that carving piece that went in the center. Trump has them coated in gold, and then they just stick them on the wall. And if there's God forbid there's a blank space on that wall, it's getting gold. Little on the gaudy side. I don't know why they had to put up this thing so early. It's not to be used till the 14th. But it's been up there for a month, I think.
2 weeks, so it needs to be put together and testing and make sure the audio is right, the lighting's right on it. You want to, I don't know, I doubt they're training there, but you want to go through all the entrances. I mean, it's not a weekend event.
That's true.
And then just the security alone of it, I'm sure the Secret Service wanted to see it assembled to see what their line of sights are going to be, things like that.
The South Lawn is, that's where Marine One, Trump and all the other presidents leave on Marine One from that lawn ahead of any other travel. They go out to Joint Base Andrews. It's also a great place for members of the media to scream questions to the president as he moves from the White House to the helicopter. Those have been closed to the press since May 20th when the construction on the arena began. It's also where you'd have to move it. You got to have the White House Easter egg roll on that lawn, the annual congressional picnic on that lawn. And maybe it's just another, they'll say, if he were to keep it up there, another phony baloney reason for him to build the ballroom. We can't have anything at this. The South Lawn is occupied by our beautiful arena. It's tremendous. We need a ballroom so we can have the congressional picnic in the ballroom. I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts up there, but I do think it's just another masterful troll by the president.
My understanding is that the UFC paid for all the setup of it. They're going to pay to resod the lawn. They're doing all this thing. So the UFC is going to want that taken down almost immediately and out of the way.
We're going to resod the lawn?
That's the understanding I have.
Beautiful St. Augustine grass. It's the best.
Cross-cut, of course.
Yeah, cross-cut. It's the way we do it at my golf courses.
I am impressed that water is flowing into that pool. Every single angry article about it. I saw another one today. This one was complete with what this person posting on X, what this person believed the reflecting pool is going to look like once it's filled. And they showed an older picture. It was a split screen. The older picture, you can't even see, the water is black. It just looks like it's black and dark, but the reflection of the monuments on either side are beautiful. And then they show what they believe that Trump's new reflecting pool repair job is going to look like, and it is like, it's like the lightest baby blue color you've ever seen. Like a pool at a Holiday Inn.
That's something you wouldn't even see in a pool because it's so baby blue colored.
Right. And of course, because the bottom is so light, there's very little reflection. But I saw it this morning, and, it looks dark. Like it's a very dark blue, like maybe it went down a lighter color. But it is being filled with water. They expect it to take till many, many days. Maybe Sunday or Monday of next week, it'll be full and ready to go. But it's complete. So is the fountains outside of Union Square, Columbia Circle. That thing hasn't been operative since 2007. There's another monument that's been dry, and I mean the beautification alone. And it's such a shame that you can't get any information. Had Obama fixed all of these things, or Biden had fixed these things, there would be an entire 60-minute segment on the decay, the decline of D.C., and they would show horrible pictures. Then they would show the Columbia Circle is now free of tents and feces and the stench of urine and garbage and homeless people. The grass has been replaced. The marble has been pressure washed. The water is flowing clear and clean. It's really something else. And just another example of our piss poor media that just won't report on it because it's good. When we return, I don't know. I have been a proud American since I knew I was an American. It didn't matter who was the president. Didn't matter who had control of Congress. But a new poll shows that ahead of the 250th birthday of America, less than one in 5 Democrats are proud to be Americans. Less than one. Even less than that are even grateful to be Americans. Republicans, as you can probably guess, on the opposite side of that. When we return, I'll give you some of those numbers. Stick around. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. I'm Shannon Burke in for Rich Zioli.
Hi, this is Joe Mederchik, PNC Bank Regional President. People ask us, is PNC just a boring bank? Well, that depends. Is starting a business boring, or being the first person in your family to go to college? For nearly 160 years, we've done the hard and occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results to our clients. To see what boring banking can do for you, stop into any of our local branches right here in the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
This piece is perfect, but I'm just not sure about the color.
Honey, this is Bucks County Estate Traders. They're a one-stop shop with their in-house upholstery service. Their design team can help us customize it to fit our living room perfectly.
Even if I'm thinking bright purple?
Okay, let's talk about this.
Bring your vision to life, however bold it may be. With Bucks County Estate Traders' in-house upholstery service, our craftsmen can redesign any piece on the showroom floor to make it yours. Visit our Hatfield showroom today or click buckscountyestatetraders.com.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, It can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! Lemonade? Oh, nuts.
Is your business struggling to be seen? Not reaching the right customers?
Yeah.
Odyssey's here to help. Your one-stop shop for digital marketing.
Wait, really?
With targeted digital media, plus SEO, SEM, social, OTT, and more, we help your business reach the right audience and drive results.
Whoa, hey, one at a time.
Stop missing out on valuable customers. Visit digitallocalads.com to learn more about our local advertising solutions. That's digitallocalads.com.
Okay, people, line starts here.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Free speech lives here. We're Dom Giordano, weekdays noon till 3 on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
Shannon, Burke in for the afternoon show. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. 855-839-1210 is the telephone number. Fewer than one in, that's a hard number to reach. Less than 1 in 5 Democrats polled feel proud to be an American. We're just ahead of the 250th birthday of the country, and those aren't the worst numbers. When they're asked to the term best described how they felt when they thought about the United States marking its semi-quincentennial anniversary, they have nothing good to say about America. 18% of self-described Democrats say they felt proud to be an American. 17% felt grateful to be an American. A bigger number of Democrats, 21%, said they felt conflicted about America. 15% were disappointed. And 6% frustrated. And nearly a quarter, 24%, say, well, I've got no strong feelings whatsoever about America. Don't really care.
I love that they get that amount of people that do surveys, and they're just like, yeah, why did you even do a survey? I have no strong opinion about anything. I mean, most of those questions were like, do you feel a little bit? Do you feel even just a tiny, tiny bit? And there still was a percentage of people that were like, nah, I've got no feelings at all.
Zip. That contrasts very strongly with Republican voters. 68% say they feel proud to be an American. Only 1% of Republicans say they're disappointed, and 1% are frustrated. Democrats are also less than half as likely as their Republican counterparts to express enthusiasm about attending any event. I don't know. Are you going to attend an event? I'll go to a July 4th thing. There's stuff going on in the. Normally, I set off fireworks out here out in front of my house, much to the neighbor's chagrin. I haven't done that in a while because one of our dogs developed a fear of them. But she's recently starting to go deaf, so I might give it a shot. A couple of bottle rockets,
just to see how she reacts a little bit.
See how she's doing.
I'll probably do some July 4th events. You're talking also to a person that doesn't like going out to these big events in the first place, so right. I wasn't going to be doing that.
Like I said, I've been a proud American since I knew I was an American. And I grew up in an era where you were taught the greatness of America. You were taught American exceptionalism. History was something that my educators, I went to a public school for a very short time, then I went to an Episcopal, a private school. There was an emphasis placed on American history. And, we never focused on, of course we talk about slavery and these things, but we talked about it and learned about it in a manner which, okay, yes, slavery, bad stuff. We did that. We also, the framers, were wise enough to put a get-out-of-jail-free card, so to speak, in the Constitution so it could be dealt with later on, which it was. And then you look at, I think mainly Democrats are fake. They're fake. They want you tax and eat the rich while they live wealthy lives in their mansion. We've got to do something about climate change while you're taking a private jet on vacation. Billionaires are all evil, unless, of course, you're Steyer or one of the ones that we like and give us money, or Soros. Words are violent, but my violence is speech. That's how I'm expressing myself. Democracy is sacred. Unless Democrats lose, then it was stolen somehow through Russian collusion or some nonsense. Capitalism is oppression. I'm posting it from my iPhone right now. We've been taught, this is largely, in my opinion, due to education. We've been taught that white people are oppressors. America was established on racism. All of these negative things. And I escaped it. I don't know that I believe my daughter and our kids escaped it for the most part. They're in their 20s, mid to late 20s at this point. But I don't know how you could grow up in America and read about what's happening in Nigeria and not think you're special, or not think that you're in a special country, or not think that maybe there is something rather exceptional about America. And I don't know how to instill that on this younger generation that are taught, white people are oppressors and everyone else are the oppressed.
I mean, one of the big in things nowadays is victimhood. It is being, you're not cool unless you have some reason that you've been oppressed. So you have a bunch of people that grow up in the country that we have now, and they look around and they say, well, that person's doing just a little bit better than me, so I'm being oppressed by some reason. I can't figure out why, but it could be my race, it could be my gender, it could be my sexuality. I'm going to figure it out, but I'm definitely being oppressed because I'm not doing as well as that person over there is doing.
And then I look at, they also asked in this survey about whether the 250th anniversary would, or birthday, whatever you want to call it, would bring some unity to America, would bring people together. And I would think, wow, I can't see why it wouldn't. The last time we had unity in this country was 9/11. And sadly, we were attacked, and we felt unity. And I'm starting to believe that I don't know that we could get back to that place without something awful happening to our country, instead of a remarkable, meaningful anniversary at 250 years. You would think that would bring pride, that would bring a sense of belonging to people here and togetherness here. We're all here together for 250 years. This is the greatest nation on the planet. But I don't know. Is that the way we're going to exist? That we're not going to come together unless we're attacked by somebody?
I think that even something that is a tragedy wouldn't be able to unite us anymore, because you look back even on 9/11 now, how many people with 9/11 look back and go, oh, well, yeah, we were united as a country. We did a lot of racism then, too, and we were being xenophobic, and we're this. So even a time where we had to get together and unite each other, and that was considered a good thing. We were rah-rah, flags on every person's car. Everybody felt united. There was one or two little cracks in there, and they look back on that now and go, oh, look how gross we were back there. People were waving American flags and then going to to their corner store, and there was a poor Muslim guy that was in there, and he didn't feel welcome.
Let's talk with Matt, who's on, I don't know. Matt, how are you? Thanks for the call.
I'm good, Shannon. How you doing?
Doing great.
Long-time listener from the Radio I.O. days.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say, yeah, I'm definitely a proud American, and I think it's awesome that we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the country, and I'm just, happy to participate any way I can.
I know you really start to feel different in America when you used to be a proud American, and that was fine. But now, somehow, if you're proud to live in America, you're a racist, or you must be MAGA, or a right-wing wacko. You've got a flag outside of your house. You might as well burn a cross in your yard. It has become quite the opposite. And I wonder how many people are turned off, or maybe even turned off from this poll and said we're not proud because they don't. If being proud of America, they might think makes you a racist now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Matt, I appreciate the call, brother. Thanks for listening.
Great hearing on the Sully station.
Thank you, buddy. I think Democrats are weak. They're emotional. For the most part, they're narcissists. They're completely fake. What they do is performative, largely. I mean, we see it right now. This is perform. You want to talk about performative? Graham Plattner, Maine. This guy. I mean, they spent 10 years calling President Trump a Nazi. You got a real Nazi here who literally tattooed his body to prove it, and he's been sexting girls. He's been, he and his wife had some issues. He sent pictures on Kick. Kick is a thing for kids. He's shirtless, not in very good shape, I might say, in a towel. And they won't touch any of that. They go to Schumer. Like, what do you think about Graham Plattner and his nakedness in the? Oh, yeah, we've got to defeat. We've got to take back the Senate. We got to get back power. And they don't care. They wouldn't care if this guy had a Vietnamese boy tied up in his office. They wouldn't care. It doesn't have to be Vietnamese. I just chose that out of nowhere. They wouldn't care. It doesn't matter how awful or horrible or terrible this human being is. Keep in mind. That's the reason they hate Donald Trump. Oh, he's a terrible human being. He's awful. He's a this. He's a sexist. He's a homophobic. He's all of these horrible things. He's a Nazi. He's literally Hitler. Blah, blah, blah. Here's all of those things.
Yes, a guy that has done all those things. You want to
Womanizer.
Yeah, you want to say, oh, Trump, well, the old grabber by the pee type of thing.
Right.
And this guy has sent messages saying, well, Trump's a racist. This guy on a Reddit thread asked why black people aren't good tippers, and he had reasons why. Trump is not a big fan of the troops, which is insane. But this guy, Plattner, has written multiple times about how he hated the troops. He hated being in the military.
He didn't like Kyle, what's his name?
American Sniper.
Yeah. And you're fake. That's your guy. You don't care what he's done at all. All of that's out the window. You're all fake.
To the point where, I'm trying to think back where they had a candidate running for a Senate position that they had to call to Washington to have closed-door meetings like, hey, dude, is there anything else you got going on behind the scenes?
And then he has to stop that meeting in a heartbeat and run back to Maine, skating away from, reporters asking him questions. I think something else is going to drop soon. We'll get to that also. When we get back, New York State Democrats have a new bill that erases the words mother and father from all state laws, the domestic laws, parenting, family law. And they've changed the mother's now a gestating parent. Father is non-gestating parent. Just a couple of liberal lawmakers sponsored it. And my question is, I don't know how many Democrats may be listening. You may have a friend that's a Democrat. But my feeling is that even voting Democrats think this is a load of hooey. That referring to a mother as a gestating parent is nothing but some overpowered virtue signal. But they're supposed to be representing you. Little Timmy, listen to your gestating parent. Okay, non-gestating parent, I'll do it. High taxes, rising costs in New York, public safety in New York, housing crisis in New York, and we got to change mother to non-gestating. To gestating. Gestating?
Yes.
Gestating.
The mother's gestating.
Yes, she gestates. I don't gestate.
Yes. You ever want to pick up a lady, you tell her, man, you really can gestate.
Are you good at gestation? Because that's what I'm looking for. 855-839-1210 is the number. Stick around. I'm Shannon Burke on the Afternoon Show.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Google has launched a new screenless fitness tracker powered by artificial intelligence. The Fitbit Air is Google's smallest tracker yet, packing high-fidelity sensor technology in a tiny pebble that tracks heart rate and variability, blood oxygen levels, sleep stages, and other health metrics. Google says the Fitbit Air has up to a week of battery life and takes just 5 minutes to charge for a full day. I'm Jason Brooks.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com. At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hit the road this season to watch the Birds. Book your road trip with Fans of Philly. Trips are available now for Nashville, Arizona, Chicago, and London. Travel in style with transportation, a pregame party, and game tickets to enjoy the Birds on the road this season with Fans of Philly. The official travel partner of 94 WIP and the Eagles Radio Network. Book now at fansofphilly.com. That's fans with a PH of Philly.com.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. They still gave me a medal. I don't want a reward for doing, I want a reward for dominating. Like Daily Prize Matcher on Bet365. I play for free and win real rewards, like up to $5,000 in cash weekly. Unlike that joker in denim. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply.
Amazon Business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience. Paired with delivery options built for business. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
The word paternity, as in paternity lawsuit to find out if this kid is my kid in New York, will now be called parentage cases, not paternity cases. A putative father, also known as a deadbeat dad, would now be called an alleged parent. I think I've always said this about this nonsense, this gender-neutral nonsense. They're aiming directly at the American family. Loving terms like mom and dad and mother and father and grandmother, grandfather. We've got to get rid of those. They're too loving. They're too endearing. We've got to get something that's cold and sterile and like non-gestating and gestating parents. Listen, they're 2 months away from passing a state budget, and this is what they're focusing on. And not to mention, there's been a tremendous exodus from New York State. Why would anybody consider moving there? A, if they have a lot of money, they don't want to move there because they're going to get taxed. There's a state income tax that's going to go higher if you make more money. Your pied-à-terre will be taxed heavily. And do you need that nonsense? Why would you move there? And that's the and I don't know if there's a penalty for referring to yourself as a father or a mother, but this is war on New York families.
It's such I think it's a small victory for them in terms of that they can just put on paper that, because somebody complained about it. Somebody looked at there and they went to sign a birth certificate or did a paternity suit or did something and they complained. So, of course, in their wisdom of the Democratic Party, they wandered down there and said, okay, one person's angry. We can make a victory, though, if we just take this line out and we take out mother and we put in a word that's just like those generic, bland scientific term we can come up with.
I think part of me has always thought that they have a short list of things that are important to conservatives. Family is one of them. And I think that they frequently get together, these lawmakers, and think, what can we do to really tick off the right, our enemies here? Well, they really love mother and father. Let's mess with those words and make them sound stupid, like, gestating and non-gestating. A memo accompanying that bill claims the change is necessary because it brings state law into line with generally accepted standards. What? Is there anyone that you know that refers to their mother as their gestating parent?
No, not one.
And I know that, well, this is only in the words of the law. Look, changing words is how it starts. Remember when vaccine used to mean a shot that would prevent you from getting the disease? Now it means a shot that makes, if you get the disease, it'll just be a lot more mild than it used to be. I mean, definitions get changed constantly. And this is a dangerous one. So if you're offended because you're involved in some type of family law, or because that's conceivably the reason this was done, right? Mothers or whatever non-binary mothers or pregnant people were upset or they were offended.
Or it caused some sort of legal issue, so they had to go back and, well, we've got a dude that, it used to be a woman, now he's a dude, and they got pregnant because that's what women can do, but now he thinks he's a dude and he's got a beard. So we got to figure out a way to legally, lawfully have that child be born. And
what about the parking spaces out front of Target that say for expectant mothers? Is it going to say for expected gestating parents?
Yes.
Because somebody could drive through the Target and be offended. They say that we as lawmakers are focused on the issues that actually matter. Whoa, that matters.
Not anything, the homeless, the drug problems, the rising rent, the things like that. We just had to make sure that definition was done. We got to get that out of the way.
The stuff that really matters. It's unnecessary. As lawmakers, do something that's necessary and pressing and directly affects the people you represent, like the people that are paying a crushing rent and rising costs from healthcare to food to their very own taxes. Those things are necessary. But I think this is just a little nod to hey, we can still make your lives hell and tick off the right. But I don't think if you put this to a vote of all registered voters in the state of New York, I doubt it would come anywhere close to passing.
No, but the leaders have nothing else to do, so they sit around like, all right, how can we do something today? Because we're not actually improving anything. Let's change mother to gestating parent.
That'll get them. So I guess there are some issues with the first indictment of Southern Poverty Law Center. Technical stuff, I think, more than anything else. But the DOJ has obtained a superseding indictment, which means the other one's gone. This is the new one. It takes its place. They've discovered $4.1 million that the DOJ says, $4.1 million of tax-exempt funds used to pay informants inside these white supremacist, extremist organizations. These people didn't use that money to engage in their activities, recruiting new members, all the way to the Ku Klux Klan robes and hoods. That's right. Is there a place that you could go online and order this type? I mean, are they custom made? The robes and hoods? Is there a storefront somewhere where you go in the back room for your hood fitting?
I'm pretty sure there's a lady that has an Etsy store that does that. Hoods R Us.
I mean, are they paying for their dry cleaning?
Where do you go to get a dry clean?
I don't know. Medium starch on these, please, if you don't mind.
Now, my favorite in that indictment is there was one guy that tried to leave the KKK, and they paid him to go back.
To go stay, yeah. Look, when there's more demand for racism than there is supply of it, leave it to people like the Southern Poverty Law Center to use your tax dollars. You thought we're going to fight these organizations to, in fact, bolster them, keep them in business, and to keep them go out and do some racist stuff. They haven't done anything racist in a long time.
Not only did the guy try to leave and they brought him back, they were paying him to do like ice cream socials for the Klan recruitment.
It's a horrible. The Southern Poverty Law Center is a criminal organization. They and largely supported by the left. It's hard to ignore that. There might be a few people on the right that got hoodwinked into donating money, but it's largely liberals that give money to them, and a lot of it. I forget what their endowment was. Somewhere near $100 million. Maybe it was over that. But $4.1 million in tax-exempt funds from you were passed through the Southern Poverty. Now, they've got 11 counts of wire fraud to deal with, bank fraud to deal with, conspiracy to commit money laundering to deal with. They defrauded their donors. They duped the banks by creating these shell accounts in order to funnel money through. I mean, if it was all on the up and up, why would you need to create phony shell accounts to funnel money through? That sounds like some hinky stuff. This shores up the flaws in the initial charges. Most of it's still the same, a little more detail, but that's who these people are.
It's a great scam that they had going. They came out and said, hey, we're going to stop racism, and we need lots and lots of money. So, okay, here's a bunch of money, and they, helped to pay for lawyers and things like that for cases that were some sort of racism was going on, and then that started to dry up a little bit, and they looked around like, well, no celebrities are giving us a bunch of money anymore right now because, well, there's no racism to do. So when you run out of things like that, you concoct some sort of racism so that you can continue to get money.
You think the Klan, they went to the Klan and go, what's going on, guys? How about a burning cross? We can't afford it no more. This cross is real expensive.
I mean, the Klan, for the most part, was dead.
I went today, after I read this article, and I went to the Home Depot website. I figure I could get a burning cross up and burning for about $180.
It was cheaper a couple years ago. Lumber prices are going insane.
Lumber prices, and I figured you got to have a post hole digger. I went ahead and included those because you might not bring yours from home. Some nails, to put the cross together. And I figured in 1.5 gallons of gasoline will really get it going.
Yeah, you got to hope that. I mean, really, the issue with Home Depot, a lot of their wood is very wet.
Oh, it's treated. You don't want the treated lumber.
Yeah, you don't want to use the treated lumber for yours. It's just such a joke on there with them that they...
What do these guys fill out like an expense report to give this other property? I had 8 crosses I burned last week. Each one cost $200. I need to get reimbursed for that.
Yeah, we also had a barbecue. And
Cletus and I stopped for a cheeseburger.
Were you guys covering the alcohol? I know a lot of times you can't put that on the invoice, but...
Oh, no. No, sir, Mr. Klan member. We'll cover all your booze. When we return, everybody has an energy drink. Kai Trump, the latest, Trump's granddaughter. Kim Kardashian has one. Blake Lively has an energy drink. Even Danny DeVito has an energy drink. And now, perhaps the biggest celebrity of all is getting involved. Jesus. We'll talk about it next. Hang on. I'm Shannon Burke in on the afternoon show.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhaus with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. And I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
Summer is here, and that means pool days and patio nights. But is your uneven concrete making your backyard feel more like a construction zone than a vacation spot? Stop worrying about stubbed toes and stumbles. Keystone Guncrete can level your pool deck and patio quickly and cleanly, saving you thousands over the cost of pouring new concrete. We'll have your backyard party ready before your water even gets warm. Head to KeystoneGuncrete.com. Remember, Guncrete is spelled with a K. Mention 1210 and we'll take $50 off your project. Picking out an engagement ring can be terrifying. You're searching for the ring, but have no idea where to start. Go to Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton. The team, especially JR, makes it easy. No pressure, just real help from someone who cares. They break down diamonds, styles, and what actually matters. Their selection is huge. Every shape, size, and price range. You leave confident, not overwhelmed. When it comes to finding the ring, there's only one place to go. Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Living here is about more than just the headlines. It's the new restaurant opening in Fishtown. It's the playoff energy at the bank. It's the festivals that make your neighborhood feel like home.
KYW News Radio brings you the pulse of the Delaware Valley. From service journalism that solves problems to stories that celebrate our culture, we cover the life you're actually living.
Authentic, local, factual. KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news source.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
I'm not an energy drink guy. I don't like the taste. The Red Bull, I think, was probably the first prominent one out there. I just never got with the taste, the flavor of it. I'm a high energy guy anyway. I don't need it, but everyone seems to have one. Energy drinks are low risk. They're ripe for celebrity endorsements. They sell like hotcakes regardless. The trick is to stand out from the one that you're next to at the convenience store. There is so many of them. Hulk Hogan, he had one. Hulk Energy. They're profitable. They're the easiest, most popular markets for influencers and celebrities to dip into. Kim Kardashian didn't go out and formulate a beverage and build a factory. Some outfit that does it came to her and said, hey, we'll give you a lot of money if you put your name on this. Well, turns out that and they have to pay them enormous amounts of money, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're easy to sell because of the fact that you can formulate a new one, slap a celebrity face on it, and sell them to everybody. It's not like the tequilas and everything else where you can't sell them to kids.
So, turns out that Jesus, as in Jesus Christ, can sell some energy drinks.
Okay, how is he getting royalties off of this?
That's the beauty part of it right there. There is one out there called, believe it or not, Yahweh Energy Drink. And the can is blessed by an image of what they believe Jesus Christ might look like, complete with the crown of thorns.
Does that say the flavor is berry blessed?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Berry best flavor. This guy says, God put it on our hearts to specifically preach the gospel through an energy drink. This guy wants to defend his company against you creeps out there that accuse him of just turning a profit here.
Yes, you're being a weirdo trying to turn a profit using the image of Jesus on your berry blessed energy drink.
Well, Christ has been putting energy drinks on people's hearts, like the CEO of the company, but he hasn't been putting it on many of their hearts to donate some of the proceeds. I don't know, to feed the poor, house the poor. The main mission is brand awareness here. Yahweh, I guess the goal is evangelism. There are others out there that are Christian energy drinks. One guy says, you want a better tasting Christian energy drink? He recommends Preachin' Peach from Agape. Preachin' Peach. The flavoring is right on target. They say it tastes like a peach lollipop, but not quite aggressively as peachy as peach knee-high. Yahweh has 0 calories, but Agape has 10 calories.
Okay, but are they sugar-free?
People are like reviewing it. Not all Agape flavors are quite as divine as Preachin' Peach. It's really good. Berry isn't my favorite flavor, so probably not the best one to start off with, but it's kind of like the Welch's grapefruit, but less heavy, says one reviewer. He can be seen drinking a monster drink later in a video. That's the monster drink's got to be the anti-Christian drink. It's kind of mean looking. It says monster. It's got that M that looks evil. $40 for a 20-pack of Agape. $3.30 a can for a 12-ounce energy drinks.
I do love on Yahweh's website, they also have Tropical Paradise as well.
Oh, yeah? Well, why not have a tropical?
And on the can, it says Yahweh, then it says energy drink, and it says, take him anywhere.
Take Jesus with you anywhere.
There's got to be some sort of it's sacrilegious. No matter what you believe in.
Jesus' face on a can of a drink.
I mean, if I'm out the club at 3 a.m. crushing Yahweh's mixed with vodka, is that bad?
Yes. Could Jesus have turned water into an energy drink? Like my people, without energy. Boom. Pass around this berry flavored with quinine, whatever they put it in, 10 times the caffeine of a cup of coffee and quinine or whatever the other stuff is.
Oh, it's natural caffeine in this, as he would want himself.
There's one also called, you ready for this? I'll spell it for you. It's the number 4, GVN. Forgiven. That's right. Forgiven. There's also one called Praise Energy. Their mascot is Zion the Lion, a cartoon lion sporting an I Heart Jesus t-shirt and high-top sneakers. And then there's Air Lion, whose mascot feels like it should be a cartoon lion. All the brands helping raise awareness for Christianity. Here's the deal. Jesus is like an uncopyrighted, it's royalty-free, like Mickey Mouse, like the old version of Mickey Mouse is now. You can go and get
I can make a Steamboat Willie thing.
Right. You don't owe Jesus any money. And he's good for brand recognition.
Yeah, I think he might take that money back some point.
All right. There's something so incredibly sacrilegious about putting Jesus. I was like, what if you had a pack of smokes? Yahweh smokes, or some horrible.
They'd probably be burning bush cigarettes.
You're right. What about like a Moses pet food? That dude knew something about feeding animals, right? You have a picture of Moses on a bag of kibble. He's got his arms around a bunch of stray dogs in the front of it. All right, 855-839-1210 is the number. When we return, there's a little more Scott Pelley drama going on, and some mentions of people that they may be using to replace a former 60 Minutes host, even Anderson Cooper. There's talk about his replacement. We'll get to that when we return. Hang on. I'm Shannon Burke in for the afternoon show, 1210 WPHT.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Picture streams in our community. That's where our kids play and dogs splash. And some of these streams provide the water we drink. But is the water in these streams clean and safe? The truth is, for most local streams, no one knows. That's a problem. One the Isaac Walton League can help you solve with the Clean Water Challenge. For almost 50 years, the Isaac Walton League of America has helped people just like you test the water in local streams, clean up pollution, and protect healthy waters. Today, the Isaac Walton League has an ambitious new goal: engage volunteers across the country to test 100,000 more streams for pollution. You can protect clean water in our community by joining the Clean Water Challenge. To get involved, visit iwla.org. That's iwla.org.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah, so green.
USA keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $365 in bonus bets just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Spring is here, and so are the spring specials at Suburban Marble and Granite. Now is the perfect time to transform your home with premium stone and quality craftsmanship at up to 50% off. As they bring in more inventory, select styles and materials are available at incredible savings while supplies last. Don't miss this opportunity to upgrade your kitchen, bathroom, outdoor space, or custom project with stunning stone and expert installation. Take advantage of these limited time savings before they're gone. Suburban Marble and Granite. Endless possibilities, spectacular results. Visit suburbanmarble.com today.
My grades were bad. I would get D's and C's.
I appeared to be doing good at my school life, but if you would see me at home, it would have been a completely different story.
I mean, it was just rough focusing on school when your mother is somebody you have to take care of. It got worse and worse and worse throughout the years.
There are students who need somebody.
They can trust someone, and it could be the first person they've ever trusted in their life.
Communities and Schools is lowering America's dropout rate by helping more than 1.3 million kids every year get whatever they need to succeed in school.
If something was going on at home, we would go just stop by Miss Liberty's office and talk to her.
communities and schools, vouched for me when everyone else had lost hope.
You can help change the picture of education right here in your community and across the nation. Visit communitiesandschools.org.
I hear people say we can't save every kid, but I think that we can.
WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
I wanted it. 60 Minutes really that big of a deal? To the average American, they say, it makes a lot of money. It's very profitable. It has the best journalists, some of the best reporting. It's just it sets the stage for the rest of the week because it's on Sunday night. It's got great ratings and blah, 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 blah. Basically, it's been the same people there since around 1991. Leslie Stahl being now the longest still working 60 Minutes host. And she's been there since 91. She was there when Morley Safer was around and Mike Wallace. So she's kind of one of the old stalwarts of the bunch. She says, and people familiar with the cast there say that it's such a big part of her life that she'll never consider leaving. She's 84. Bill Whittaker, 74. Those are the only two, if you want to call them original, that are still there. Scott Pelley, gone. I think he made it evident he needed to leave. He wanted to leave. He wanted to make a big statement. It was really, really self-serving. I think they also, I think there's a bit of them that wants to sabotage the new Barry Weiss ran 60 Minutes. Pelley said Tuesday night he thought that management at CBS had weakened the news magazine, quote, apparently to curry favor with the Trump administration, adding that he felt incompetence and unprofessionalism is the new in the new management have wreaked havoc with the workings of the show.
Could it just be the show is a dinosaur?
Right, that's what I'm about to say.
It's reaching its extinction.
Sometimes things go away.
Yeah, and when your main people are running in their 70s and 80s and heading towards 90s, and your viewership is heading to that same age group, that some point that's just going to go away. We've reached that point where getting the news from 60 Minutes isn't as big a deal as it used to be.
No.
You're not seeing a lot of people that are like, I got to cut out some time on my Sunday night to make sure I watch 60 Minutes before I go to bed.
60 Minutes had great ratings because it had the greatest lead-in in television, which is the NFL. That's why they do so well. Bunch of guys half drunk, full of chips and bean dip, sitting on the couch like they're too lazy to change the channel. They just go ahead and watch Scott Pelley for
let's see where Leslie Stahl goes with this one.
Yeah. Part of me says, things change. Your favorite show goes away, it gets canceled. How many times that happened to me in the last 10 years or so? You got 2 seasons in. Oh, this is great. Oh, it's been canceled. Fantastic. I thought it was the greatest show ever. And I don't believe that that 60 Minutes, merely because of its age, just maintains the right to be the. It's like you're the number one, you're the champ, you're the best, you're this and that, and then all of a sudden you're not. It's a lot to handle. Anderson Cooper left some months ago. I'm not exactly sure. He left a while ago, a couple of months. But this is a rumor right now, and I can't see it happening.
No way this happens.
But apparently, Joe Rogan, podcaster Joe Rogan, has been considered as a replacement for Anderson Cooper. And Joe Rogan ain't putting a suit on to come on that TV show. Plus, he'll look awkward as hell. He's got a big old barrel chest, I'm Joe Rogan. I'm Leslie Stahl, and I'm Bill Whittaker. I don't think that's happening.
Leslie, I just did a bunch of testosterone and mushrooms. Let's see how this goes.
Leslie, today you and I will take ayahuasca during the 60 Minutes program. And for it to be blamed on trying to curry favor with the Trump administration. I believe that legacy media needs a douche. It needs a cleaning. It needs a hurricane to blow through there. Just as we look at politicians, can Leslie Stahl identify with their audience? I'm sure some of the audience is her age, but 84.
Well, not the audience that you want to continue to build. I mean, that 25 to 55 range is just not connecting with a Leslie Stahl interview anymore.
They say 60 Minutes is a unique role because it doesn't chase breaking news. It breaks its own news. Or it offers its take on the news cycle that no one else has. Or its operatives spend weeks getting a segment ready for air and to get to do more immersive reporting and exhaustive research. My problem is that's fine. But there's just too many things. I mean, wouldn't a lovely 60 Minutes segment would be about the beautification of D.C.? These people all know D.C. They all know the ruins that it was in. Oh, it's the Malcolm X fountain that is now running again. There's a Malcolm X statue. It has a fountain, and this evil racist Donald Trump it had weeds growing out of the area where the water used to run. It was dried up. Now it's blasted clean, flowing with water. You've got Columbia Circle. You've got the reflection pool, Union Square. All of these things that have been cleaned up. I mean, that's a feel good 60 Minute segment right there. They wouldn't dare do it.
Instead, we got a 30-minute piece on Gout the sprinter the other day. So
Gout? Or is it Goot?
Gout, Gout.
Look, I think it's a joke to consider a guy like Joe Rogan for it, but I mean, that's another thing. I feel like they're so fake. Scott Pelley. An NBC intern,
or CBS intern?
CBS intern was bemoaning how Scott Pelley, what a fake douche he is. He would instruct the cameraman to do a calm, slow zoom in on him as he did that journalism thing with his glasses and took his glasses off. And you look at the promo photos of him. He's not wearing glasses. He's holding them in his hand, almost every single one. What does that mean?
Well, that's showing you
how smart he is?
He's an intellectual, but also he's an everyman that can take off his glasses and look you in the eyes and do it. He has to squint because his eyes aren't very good when he's doing it, but and it's very serious. It's that act of, like, I got to take off my glasses to let you know how serious I am right now.
She says that he would instruct camera operators to, quote, gently zoom in on him as he removed his glasses and delivered the opening line. Podcaster Brandy Cruz offered up an anecdote Wednesday. Evening News control room during the summer of 2010. Cruz remembered, I was an intern at CBS when Pelley would fill in for Katie Couric of the Evening News. I watched in the control room one day as he directed them to slowly push the shot in on him as he took his glasses off. She says, it was so fake, I've remembered it for 15 years. A few of the guys in the control room would exchange knowing glances as if to say, what a douche. He was pulled in 2017 for complaining about management, about CBS's hostile work environment. He returned, obviously, after that. So he's a guy that's got a history of not getting along with management. And then I started thinking last night, where does he go from here? And I see people, he needs to get the whole crew and just get Leslie and Bill Whitaker, and they should just pack up from CBS and go to MS Now and work with Rachel Maddow. But fine, that's a perfect place. Perfect place. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. This thing, it was at News Tuesday, and now it's barely even news. I mean, people are chasing it with three tiers down the line of, you dug up an old intern that had a funny story to say. I don't know that it's as earth-shattering as people believe it is.
It's not. It's a guy that it's not the same. We've left that world. I think there's still people that think that we've got news anchors like the 70s where they were revered. You had to go out every night, and everyone knew their nightly news anchor, and they knew their local nightly news anchor and their national nightly news anchor, and it was a big deal to sit down and watch, and they felt like they were connected to them. You know, they had the full Ron Burgundy feeling of them, and now people don't care. We get news so easily from everywhere. I mean, it's really actually quite difficult to step away from the news. You know, I have to take a weekend where I shut my phone off, I shut the radio off, I don't go on the internet, I go out to the beach, and that's the only way I get news. And then the moment I walk back from shore, it's like, boom, there's news everywhere.
News all over you. Last night, I said, I was flipping through the channels on the guide, and I was around news time, and I was going to the local stations. I figured I'll watch some local news, see what they got going on. I don't often dip into that, and all of them are 30-minute news broadcasts or 1 hour, and then you get down to, I think it was the Fox affiliate that had a 2 hour, and they called it the News Edge. And I'm like, well, this is really got to be, God, they got to have some news up in the News Edge. It's 2 hours long, so I dip into it. It's almost the same as all the other networks for the first hour. But then I figure they've all switched to, Wheel of Fortune and, but there's another hour of the News Edge.
Oh, so this is where the edge of the news is.
Oh, yeah. The first segment on the News Edge was a local restaurant and their delicious chicken wings. And literally, they're sitting at the table. This is the news. And the guy's sitting there. There's a lady there. She got a plate of wings. She goes, tell me about these chicken wings. Look, that's a chicken wing. It's fried. It's got some hot sauce on it. It's in a basket it's a chicken wing.
Yeah, but did they get to the local cat talent show and then also the girl that was running a lemonade stand?
No, but they did after the chicken wing segment in that restaurant. I come back later, and it's yet another restaurant. So they've sold, the last hour of this News Edge to tell you about blockbuster chicken wings. Tell me about your chicken. I wouldn't even ask a wing guy that. Oh, tell me, but I need to know more about these chicken. What are these chicken wings you speak of? It's a chicken wing. 30-minute segment on chicken wings. When we return, Carmelo Anthony, the stabby stabber guy.
Yeah, the murderer, not the basketball player.
Yes. His trial is happening now. We'll get to that. They've had to dismiss some potential jurors before the start of it. And apparently there's no white people on the jury. Or no black people on the jury, right?
Correct.
Because all the black people that were potential jurors said, we couldn't send that boy to prison for life because he's a child. Look at him, he's such a child. And this self-defense nonsense, there's a video out there apparently. I'll tell you about it when we get with it. The defense believes this video shows that he was brutally attacked, Carmelo, and he had to defend himself. Well, the video shows nothing of the sort. Too many people said that he looks like a child, and they could not consider giving him a life sentence because he's so young. Meanwhile, some little kid was stabbed in the chest and is dead. We'll get to that when we return. Also, more artists are selling their catalogs. I was weird and iffy about this when this first became a trend. I'm like, why would you give up all these great songs that are historic and you and your family and your estate could make money off them for ages, selling them to car commercials and to advertise this and that. I've turned the corner on that.
This is musician retirement.
It really is. And wait till you hear, we've heard what, 200 million, 100 million, 300 million. Wait till you hear the deal that Garth Brooks is working on right now. I didn't know he had a bit. Does that include the Chris character, that weird?
I don't know if Chris Gaines is
in it. His catalog is rumored to be worth a lot of money. We'll get to that when we return. Stick around. It's the afternoon show. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
As dads, it's our job to capture as many memories with our kids as possible. It's also our job to embarrass them, and if we're lucky, we get to do both. That's why I'm thankful my son created Legacy Box, the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos.
And I'll never recover from the time you showed up to my middle school dance to disco in front of everyone. Thanks, Dad. But he's right. Simply fill your legacy box with your old VHS, camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos, and we'll do the rest.
And in just a couple of weeks, you'll get your originals back, along with a DVD, thumb drive, or cloud delivery. Stuff that even an old man like me can figure out.
Plus, for a limited time, we're offering a special Father's Day sale.
Go to legacybox.com/radio to get an incredible deal. Buy today to take advantage of this limited offer. Go to legacybox.com/radio
to get started and save.
legacybox.com/radio.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. There's a huge difference between being busy this summer and actually feeling alive enough to enjoy it. When your body feels run down, summer stops feeling fun fast. The long drives, the jet lag, the diets, the sore feet. Suddenly, the season you waited for all year feels exhausting. Rescue Natural Supplements help support your body where summer strains it most, from energy, recovery, and circulation to digestion, sleep, even stress. And right now, listeners, you can buy any single bottle and get one 90% off with the code BRIGHT90. So whether you're vacationing or keeping up with the kids, your body feels more prepared to make this summer unforgettable. Just go to res-q.com, use that code BRIGHT90 to buy any of Rescue's premium natural supplements and get one 90% off. Or call a product consultant 826-LIVE, 800-262-5483. Don't wait to make this your healthiest summer yet. Shop right now at res-q.com. Use that code BRIGHT90.
If clutter is costing you time, fix it right away. Closet Factory designs and installs custom storage for closets, pantries, and home offices. Schedule a free design consultation at closetfactory.com. Closetfactory.com.
Why should you volunteer with Meals on Wheels?
I'll come to the door with one meal and I'll walk away with a full heart.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org. Brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000.
Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief took care of Eric's problem.
And now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-878-4646 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-878-4646. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-878-4646 now to find out how much you could save.
Be sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Do you think there's a chance that this kid, Carmelo Anthony, could walk away from this and be found not guilty?
I thought maybe for a little while, but no, I don't think there's any chance of it now.
He's got a lot of supporters. I forget how much money he's raised for his defense. It's a lot. $600,000, $700,000. That might not be enough. They had difficulty seating a jury during voir dire because the black potential jurors, and don't quote me on that. I heard someone say there wasn't a single black person on the jury. There might be, but I do know that several potential jurors were expressed a little trepidation about giving him a life in prison sentence due to his young age, which I think is wrong. What is he, 16? The dismissals came out. The prosecutors questioned potential jurors on if they would use his age or race or likeness to their own children as justification for acquittal, which is a great question. Several reported that he looks like a child. When asked if they consider giving him a life sentence, they were excused. One said, I don't think I can make that a decision about somebody so young. One mistake, one argument, one conflict. You can't say he's a bad person. Can you? He pulled out a knife and stabbed a guy in the chest.
Yes, you can call someone a bad person when they're at a school track event that is quite serious when it says that you're not allowed to have weapons out there, and he pulls a knife and stabs a guy over an argument of sitting under a tent during a rainstorm.
One guy said, I don't know if I feel right putting a brother in jail. What kind of course you're excused. I mean, whether or not the guy is guilty, you don't know, because he's black, you don't know, and you're black, you don't know if you can sentence him to jail? An arrest report obtained by Fox News shed light on a new pre-stabbing clash after Austin Metcalf told him he needed to move out of the Memorial team's tent. They noticed that Anthony's grabbed his bag, opened it, and reached inside and said, touch me and see what happens. Austin stood up and pushed the male to get him out of the tent. Then that moment he leapt forward, reached into his bag, took a knife out, and stabbed him in the chest. There was allegedly a video that the Abby Lowell, the defense attorney, said, which, by the way, Abby Lowell's a lot more than $700,000. It shows 4 people ganging up on him. They show the video. It's grainy. You can't see squat, and doesn't show any such thing at all. I'm afraid this will be. Here's what happens if he is. Let me ask you this: if he is convicted, are there riots in the street?
I don't think so. This story, one, because it's taken so long to get to this point. I think if, it
lost a lot of heat.
For once, the slow plotting justice system has kind of let this cool down a little bit because right away it had so much heat. The fact that he had to, remember they had to buy him a new house so he could hide in the new house. His parents had to get new cars so they could drive without people knowing what cars they were in.
They had to live in a gated community. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there was a lot of heat then. I don't think it's going to be as much because there is no argument. He did stab and kill a kid. There's no argument on if the other kid had a knife or if they were in hand-to-hand combat to the death. No, they got into a tussle at a high school. How many other kids have been in a high school fight before that didn't involve someone being killed?
He said, Anthony said to cops, I was protecting myself. He put his hands on me.
Okay, it's not going to pass for self-defense.
No, you have. It's not. You don't have to use deadly force because some guy allegedly pushed you. I mean, there are eyewitnesses. You know, the Metcalf's little brother was there. There are other people there. I'm just, how we are as a nation. Supply and demand of racism. Demand's not meeting supply, and this is a perfect story. I don't know. Maybe it's too obvious that he's guilty for the media to even take a chance on. He might have been innocent by. They're not touching it. I don't see it anywhere on mainstream media.
Yeah, there's no story to sell on it. This wasn't a white kid that stabbed him and now he may get off. That would be a story that they could go and say, well, his skin color is the reason why he's not going to jail. This kid, if he goes to jail, he went to jail because he stabbed and killed somebody. There's no argument anywhere else. There's plenty of film and footage. He wasn't on the ground getting pummeled by 5 people because of the color of his skin.
And Metcalf didn't have a weapon. That's going to be tough. But I'm adding up the fact that several black potential jurors were excused. Conceivably replaced by white jurors, and some of the words from some of the jurors excused. I don't know if I could put another brother in jail. That type of talk makes me think that if he's found guilty, there's going to be trouble.
No, I'm sure they will try to have a retrial because they'll say that he had nobody that looked like him on the jury. They'll try many different things, but I just don't see where there is any more fight that they can have. There is a person that is dead because of an incident that happened, and it didn't happen because of the way they want it to say.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing that's kept this going on is because of the color of his skin. If it was a Hispanic kid, an Asian kid, a white kid that stabbed him, stabbed Austin Metcalf there, then there's no story here. It's already been gone. It was something that happened, and now I think it's going to go through, and there's going to be no argument on it. But I can also not take away from some of the race grifters' ability to make a story out of nothing.
Right. Plus, it's a little early. I don't know how long this trial is going to be, but it's a little early to whip up some racial strife in the country for the midterms. That would come somewhere around September, October. Man, I thought being a musician with a hit or two hits that you wrote, that you have, the rights because you're the what do you call it, the author or whatever it's called. That guy gets more. The guy playing the music that wrote the song gets more than the dude that played the drums on the song. And once they're a hit, and you own it and it's trade, whatever they do to protect it, that is like a gold mine,
For you and your family in perpetuity.
Yeah, for as long as it, and if it's a timeless song, even better. And then I started hearing, I forget who was the first person to sell their catalog, but it was that started to happen. And normally it's like an aging musician who's a little bit older, or a group that's older. Maybe they're broken up, or maybe they haven't, or maybe it's a solo artist, but at some point they've got a discography that's got a lot of hits. Garth Brooks had 20 songs that topped the Billboard charts over 3 decades. I would say that's a pretty good. I had no idea. I'm not a huge, don't hate me. I'm not a huge country, especially Garth Brooks fan. I like the guy. I have no problem with his music. I thought the Chris Gaines thing was a little weird, but hey, whatever. Well, then they started selling them for $100 million or $200 million. I was like, okay, but with that song, I guess it takes away a lot of, you don't have to deal with it anymore. You don't have to manage it, accounting, all that nonsense, paying the taxes, whatever. You sold it. It's a one-time transaction. You get a massive amount of money. You also lose control. You gotta wake up one morning and hear your hit song selling tampons or something on a TV commercial.
But once you've gotten to that point, why do you care?
I don't know. I would care.
Does Garth Brooks care anymore? He's getting to that point where
he won't care if he gets this check.
Yeah, he's going to get paid out. He's going to not have to tour anymore. He's going to be able to sit at home. I don't know if you've seen Garth lately. He's gotten a little portly, and he gets to enjoy that life now that he's done that.
Who's he married to? What's her name? She's
a country music star.
She's got a TV.
Trisha or what?
Trisha, yeah. She got a cooking show, which is pretty good. So, keeping in mind that the greatest pop star of all time, Michael Jackson, has had his catalog valued at $1.2 billion. I would say that's accurate. There's a ton of work there, right? Thriller. Come on. That's what kept him out of prison. He made Thriller. There's talk of Garth Brooks eyeballing a possible $2 billion deal for his music catalog.
Just the car commercials alone. Playing Thunder Rolls or Friends in Low Places.
Yeah. You're right. Maybe country music is a better because it's so flexible. Like a better has more value because the songs are so
they're usually saved.
Yeah.
So they're easy to put on a beer commercial or any type of truck commercial.
He's got evaluations between $1 billion and over $2 billion. Wow. A couple of Grammys, Kennedy Center Honor, Gershwin Prize from the Library of Congress. Yeah. Friends in Low Places. The Dance, I don't know that one. The Thunder Rolls. And More Than Money. Those are his biggest ones. Man, that's just How long? He's 64.
Okay, yeah, now time's to go ahead and celebrate life there. $2 billion, he can buy himself an island.
Get out there with his shirt off, just be as fat as he wants all the time. His cook wife just feeding him cake, icing on it, just shoving it in his mouth. I got friends in low places. Well, Queen got $1.3 billion. I can see that happening. Springsteen, $500 million. Well, good for him. Wilmer Return, are you eating enough protein?
I don't think I can walk away without getting anywhere near protein nowadays.
Man, my buddy, my best friend Matt is a bodybuilder, like one of those show-off guys that tucks his T-shirt into his jeans. When we go out riding, they're like, all right, you can not only rub it in, you can tuck your T-shirt in. I'll tell you, his appetite for protein, he gave me a formula. I'm going to try to remember it in the break. I've watched him eat a dozen fried eggs at a diner in one sitting.
Okay, well, I mean, that's probably not great for you either, but also there should never be a time...
He tucks his T-shirt in his jeans.
But does he walk down the aisle and see the protein Pop-Tarts that they have?
No, he wouldn't eat Pop-Tart. You'll be surprised to hear who else is getting into the protein game. We'll do it next. Hang on. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Audient Hearing.
Google has launched a new screenless fitness tracker powered by artificial intelligence. The Fitbit Air is Google's smallest tracker yet, packing high-fidelity sensor technology in a tiny pebble that tracks heart rate and variability, blood oxygen levels, sleep stages, and other health metrics. Google says the Fitbit Air has up to a week of battery life and takes just 5 minutes to charge for a full day. I'm Jason Brooks.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The very first thing you taught me was to be fair. No cutting in line. Play by the rules. Play by the rules. Don't pick on the little kids.
It's important. It's the right thing to do.
It helps create the world we want to live in. Well, there's something I need to tell you. Kids are good for our family.
It's good for our neighborhood.
It's good for the whole world. Buy fair, be fair. Visit befair.org to learn more.
I'm glad we had this talk.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
For a complete list of Talk Radio 1210 WPHT's contest rules, go to 1210WPHT.com/rules.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT from the Piazza Auto Group Studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations.
You got to get your protein in, Eric. I was told, I forget the formula, but I'm not getting enough. I did have like, I think it's more than 60. I think it's 100-something grams. It's your weight by whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this guy's life is fitness, and he's got these matrix and figures and graphs, and, and he eats a dozen eggs at a sitting. Saying and I got a drink. He turned me on to some drink. If I'm not getting enough protein, I could drink this delicious vanilla drink, like a milkshake, and it's got like 30 grams.
Okay, yeah, but all that protein intake, and you're not doing any working out, and you enjoy like 2 or 3 glasses of Jameson every night. So
I'm kind of balancing it out. I'm headed the right direction, right? I mean, come on. So now you see protein in everything. I mean, the idea that your favorite food that's not so good for you is suddenly good for you because they found a way to cram some protein in it is idiotic at best, right?
This is on the long.
Snickers came out and said, "Now with more protein." Would you buy more Snickers?
They had Snickers protein bars, and no, they were awful tasting.
Well, I don't know if they've managed to sneak the protein into a Pop-Tart without affecting its delicate flavor, but now. It's in discussions right now. If one food I feel the most guiltiest about eating, and I just had it earlier this week, pizza. I feel guilty as hell after eating pizza. I don't know why. It's a lot of bread, right?
You don't think you can pound a couple slices and then do a couple reps out down to the local gym?
Yeah, to work off the meat combo that I got. But I don't know that I'd feel any less guilty about it if they said, "Oh, well, now it's got protein in the crust." You know what I mean? I that seems to be. I mean, does anyone or do people mind their protein? Is the average guy counting protein like you used to count calories?
There's some people, but this has become the new buzz thing of the. You got to make sure the protein, the no trans fat. That was the biggest one forever, right? They had chips that they were trying to... But then we
found out the trans fats are good for you, right? Or that some fats are good.
Yeah, there's some good trans fat. There's some good bad trans fats. None of it's all good for you. You shouldn't be pounding a bunch of pizzas, but also you shouldn't be eating 500 grams of protein every sitting just to pretend like you're maxing out, and then you're not doing anything. You're just sitting still around your house watching cartoons.
I walk the dogs. I'll get some exercise. They haven't confirmed it yet, but the idea was floated by some analysts in New York City, some investment research firm. See, that's what it's all about. How can we sell more of this crap? I'm not calling it Domino's crap. I'm just, how can we sell more of this not really healthy for you food? Put some protein in it. There's no doubt protein is on the rise, says the president of Menu Matters. From a consumer standpoint, protein is intuitive and requires little advanced understanding. Protein is good. Most people like eating it in some form, and adding it to anything will make it healthier. Okay, I thought I feel good about a protein-enhanced bowl of Frosted Flakes in the morning.
No, you shouldn't.
They say it's easy for the consumer. They don't want to. They don't have time to dive deeper into the health. They're just admitting it. That's how we get it by them. The consumer hears protein's good, we put protein in it. They don't care. Sit back and protein Budweiser. Why don't we just go all the way?
It'll be out there soon. It's the same. It's another diet fad of some sort. Just along the lines of every product had some sort of Atkins-friendly for a little while. They're like, no, this is all carb-free, every bit of it. Or you're going to end up with some chips with that weird oil they try to do. Yeah, olein in there. Like
diarrhea chips.
You're going to lose weight eating chips.
That's good. Might need some anal leakage, though. Don't worry about it. Adding protein to popular indulgent items can reduce any guilt associated with its consumption. We've seen fiber begin to challenge protein as the trending they got a board at the home office there, And how's fiber trending? Well, it's trending up, but protein's right behind it, boss. Believe it or not, Coca-Cola has been floating the idea of adding fiber and protein to its soft drinks. There we have it. Stupidity all the way around. Is that your third soda? It's protein enhanced, Mom.
And that's what they want you to say. That's what they want the dumb consumer
It's got
to
electrolytes, and that's what plants crave.
Exactly. Heading straight to Brondo.
Let me ask you something. This Graham Plattner, we're still waiting for the some shoe to drop, right? Has anything dropped yet?
I would suspect the morning New York Times.
He had to go to D.C., gave some flimsy excuses. He said something like, listen, you've already heard the worst of it, and the worst is all lies. That's his excuse. He said it's not a secret. I've had a messy, complicated life. The worst of the rumors we've all heard are not true. And why would you announce that there's something coming down the pike? You know what I mean? Someone announced that there's a big story. You know, people start to talk. Oh, there's a scandal. It's coming down. It's going to be a big one. I don't know why you would announce it in advance. Here is Fox's report on it.
Primary. Plattner is running to replace Republican Senator Susan Collins. Her seat considered a toss-up in Maine this cycle. Plattner has shocked some Democrats, though, with his past behavior, and the scandals are piling up. This week, Plattner met with top liberal leaders in Washington. The meeting was behind closed doors.
He ran out of that meeting
to assure Democrats he can still win. As the Wall Street Journal points out, Plattner has said in interviews that he has nothing else to disclose, only to be the subject of another round of critical stories about his past behavior and comments. Senate Minority...
How's that meeting go? Look, Plattner.
We love you, and you may be Senator of Maine, but...
But, look, we put up with a Nazi tattoo. You never told us about that. We would have liked to have known that. That was a shock. Then we put up with, posting your kicks to young chicks. What else is there out there?
According to the New York Times article, he dated some women that they found his actions intimidating and disturbing, describing volatile relationships. So he's just not a good dude.
They found his actions intimidating and volatile? Any angry ex, though, can tell that story, right? Oh, he was, especially now that he's in the news. They can't wait to get in there. Oh, yeah, terrible guy. Volatile. I don't know that I would announce it in advance, is all I'm getting to. John Bolton pled guilty to over mishandling classified documents. Didn't even try to fight it. Just said, yep, guilty. Because there's other people that have had them too, and nothing happened to them. I think that's the main thing. But they say he could face some jail time.
I got a feeling that he took this. He went ahead and said, yeah, you're right. Mishandled him. What are you going to do? And they took some sort of plea deal from it because they wanted a victory, saying, hey, look, we got one. We got John Bolton.
All right, when we get back, there's free food at the Jeffrey in Manhattan, a bar there that made a clever Kalshi bet. You probably heard about it. If the Knicks won, his bet would have covered everyone's, the tabs are up to $100 for everybody in there. And if they lost, they would have to fork out the money. I thought it was a pretty smart promotion. It worked out for them last night. Does he do it again? And why do all the late ballots that come in California or in many other states all end up for a Democrat?
Well, don't you know Republicans never use mail-in ballots?
Oh, is
never.
that it?
That's the easy way to say it. So once you can start getting those mail-in ballots, you might as well they got a big D written on them, send them right through.
I've got some audio from a lady that ran out there for school board, and she's got a story to tell, too. We'll do it next. Stick around. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. I'm Shannon Burke.
Kale and Company, weekday mornings, 6 till 10.
Some of these problems are easily correctable. We could see significant improvement. Nothing is ever absolute. Nothing could ever be 100% yada yada. But man, we could have so many different better things if we just had that same mentality of, oh, we're having guests, company's coming over. Let's get it together and make it look like we have our house in order. When we know Philadelphia as a city does not have their house in order.
Start your day with Kale and Company, weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
When the doctor informed me that I had to be transplanted, I froze. I was in shock.
Mr. Gatling was on dialysis. He had end-stage kidney failure. Transplants are some of the most complex procedures in medicine.
I received a kidney transplant at Virtual Health.
We are the only transplant center in South Jersey.
I can stay in my own backyard. I thank them for keeping me alive.
Virtua Health, the only transplant center in South Jersey. Here for good. Learn more at virtua.org.
As a combat wounded veteran, I know how hard it is to come home and build a meaningful life. I'm LaToya Lucas, and I'm a veteran. When I was in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. A rocket-propelled grenade exploded right under my seat. Traumatic brain injury, a fractured pelvis, severe burns. They didn't think I was going to make it. I had to learn to live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
DAV helps veterans like LaToya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
With DAV on my side, I was able to pursue my dreams. If my story can touch a heart, it can change a life. My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
LaToya Lucas, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey, it's Nick Cale here, and your life has many dimensions, and now there's an SUV engineered to support every one of them. My friends from Piazza Mazda put me behind the wheel of the new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the most spacious CX-5 yet, with more room for both passengers and cargo. Feel complete control like I did with the 15-inch touchscreen and built-in Google technology. Experience the all-new 2026 CX-5 for yourself today at Piazza Mazda of Westchester or in Reading. How's inventory online at PiazzaMazda.com.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers. And on the sidelines, we cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
My obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy kept me from baseball games with my boys. The stairs were too much. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved and I can be more active again. Camzyos is a cardiac myosin inhibitor, the first in its class to treat adults with symptomatic OHCM. Camzyos may improve your symptoms and ability to be active, and it reduced obstruction in the heart 4 times more.
In a 30-week study, Camzyos, mavacamten, reduced post-exercise obstruction on average 47 units of pressure versus 10 with placebo. Results may vary. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy, as Camzyos may harm your unborn baby.
Visit Camzyos.com or call 1-855-CAMZYOS. Actor Portrayal.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
So more Graham Plattner stuff hits the New York Times. When you have ex-girlfriends coming out and repeating diary entries in 2016.
Yeah, saying that, basically that he ruined her life. He also, this is coming, take it from a grain of salt, coming from a lady that now is a Republican. She works for the Republican Party, but she did date him back in 2016.
Right.
But she says that he kept an AR-15 laying around his apartment.
Oh, who doesn't just have one laying around?
Would sharpen an axe that he had that was a relic from his time working the Appalachian Trail while he watched television.
You ever try to chop wood with a dull axe?
No, you definitely need that. Also, he said one thing that stuck with her through the years, he said this a lot. If anybody ever broke in here, I would rape them. Not in a sexual way, not in a gay way. He was like, I would rape them to show that I'm dominant.
Wow.
Do people have that conversation when you're sitting around watching TV or watching Jeopardy and you look over and you're like, no, if anybody ever broke into here, I'd probably rape them.
That's something that's a crazy person would say.
He's
definitely not saying that to try to impress her.
Also, so she states that he told all his girlfriends well known that he knew that tattoo was a Nazi symbol. He was quoted as saying that he called it my Totenkopf. He would joke about it being a Nazi tattoo, and he said that they selected it because he likened them that they were death unit. They were killers and saw a parallel between their unit and the SS unit that used the skull and crossbone image. So he says his military unit got it because they all said the same, like, we're all killers. And
good Lord. Sounds like a nice guy, really.
He definitely seems, questionable dude. I'm not 100% sure if that would be who I wanted as my representative if I lived in Maine.
Yeah, I don't. Where is my... So, as they're counting, I forget the figures for the 2020, when these numbers were coming in, and all these ballots in Philadelphia. Was it Philadelphia? Yeah, was it? Yeah. All the ballots were rolling in, and we counted, and we stopped counting, and we went to bed. We woke up. Whoa! Look at all these ballots. And I forget the ridiculous comparison in the numbers that were for Biden versus the ones that were for Trump. It's like, we got 300,000 in for Biden and 12 for Trump.
No, everybody's always seen that infamous chart that goes from, they go all of a sudden in opposite directions
Right.
at a certain time period.
When I ran for school board here in Southern California in 2022, it took me almost a month to find out that I lost the race. That was a month of ballot drops, and not one single time did one of those ballot drops break for me, the Republican candidate. Not a single one. Every single ballot drop broke for my Democrat opponent. And most Republicans have that experience in this state. And isn't that interesting? Statistically, that seems impossible. To never, ever get a break on the late ballot drops, never, not once. Yeah, shenanigans are afoot.
Not one. I mean, that's people say, that's just the way things, that's the way the old cookie crumbles. That's these things happen. Republicans don't like mail-in ballots. Blah 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 blah. It's right in front of your face. We're watching it happen in the L.A. mayor race. Is Pratt now number 3?
It's trending to be number 3. Yes.
Oh, every mail-in ballot is for
every one
Anesia.
of them is Democrat. And weirdly, the third place Democrat that had no chance of winning, and all of a sudden now is flying up the charts. It's just such it's such an obvious thing. You look at it and you go, okay, come on. You just cannot tell me that you got all these mail-in ballots and every one of them just happen to have this one name of this lady, who, by the way, is going to lose to Karen Bass even if she gets into second place.
And how obvious is it that you're cheating when you come right out and say, it's going to take weeks. It could take 3 weeks, maybe a month to count all. In the old days, this never, ever happened. I listened to some idiot in California say, why does it take so long? Because that's the law. I'm like, wait, you passed a law that you must take a month to count all the ballots? Florida, we get it done in no time. That night, we're done. Here you go. We don't have to wait. Everybody go home, get some rest. Got a lot of counting to do tomorrow. and to make it normal, by saying, this is the way it is. It always takes us 3 weeks to 2 months to count a winner. Hey, every ballot must be counted, right? The problem is you can put it in the mail before, and as long as it's postmarked before the end of the day on voting day, it's still valid. I think that's a load. All right, when we get back, victory for the next Mint, free food for people at a bar and grill in New York City. The Jeffrey, I think, is a great name.
Just a little touch of rioting, too.
Was there just a bit?
Just a little bit.
Inside the bar?
No, for game one, they were going...
Save it. It's a long...
It could be a 7-game series, maybe.
All right. Hang on. We'll do it next. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Experience Cloud.
When you go on vacation,
Does it make sense to have someone else pack for you? Of course not. The same can be said for your retirement. Your 401k could be packed with things you don't know about or even need. If you're close to retirement but don't have a plan customized to your goals, that's kind of like taking a 30-year vacation with no idea what's in your suitcase. Seems like a stressful way to start what should be a relaxing time. Jim Cipriotti and the Retire Ready Financial Group can help you unpack your savings and build a plan to help reduce future taxes, along with a clearly defined income strategy. Call Jim at 610-894-7415 for your complimentary retirement game plan, or visit retirereadyfg.com. That's 610-894-7415.
Investment advisory services offered through Retire Ready Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, Retire Ready Financial Group, LLC, NPN number 2083768.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Hi, I'm Judith Light. So there you are. It's flu season, and you're over 65 like me. You're having another busy year. So much to do, so many roles in life to play. But you feel like you might be forgetting something serious. Your annual flu shot. And before you know it, it's too late. It's not just the aches, fever, and chills that last for days and days. The flu can be life-threatening, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu. Being active and healthy alone won't protect you. The immune system weakens with age, making you more susceptible to the flu. If you're over 65, ask about your vaccine options, including one made specifically for us. An annual flu shot is the best way to help keep the flu away. Visit the National Council on Aging at ncoa.org/flu to learn more and talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccine options for people 65 and older. Again, that's ncoa.org/flu.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Now, The Drive at 5. 30 minutes of nonstop talk from Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Next one, game one. And was there a rioting in New York City?
There's a little bit. I know they arrested some people.
Just give it. Hold on. Give it some time. A bar in on the east side called the Jeffrey. The owner placed a $5,000 bet on Calci that the Knicks would win. And if they would win, he was going to use the winning. So I think it came to around $13,500, something like that, to pay everyone's tab up to $100 in the bar, which would have been a good night. And if they lost, well, people would have had to pay for their tabs themselves, which would have been a good night, and he was out $5,000. Well, they won, and this, does it sound on the up and up legal? I guess it is.
Yeah, he made a bet, and then he used his winnings of his bet to buy drinks for the people in his bar.
You think Kalshi is involved in this little promotion? Because he does say their name a lot.
Yeah, I would take a guess, yes.
Knicks fans, you're eating and drinking on the house tonight, baby. Let's go.
I think he thanks Kalshi at the end of that. That's an interesting promotion. I just wouldn't. I'd hold off on the. Now you got an arrest record, and you might not make it past Game 4.
I'd like to see though if this is possible to do long term for a bar, in that it becomes almost a betting bar, where you can the house is making all the bets for you, and then you're walking away with some free drinks that night.
If
whatever
the house is right.
The house walks in and like, hey, tonight we're going to be betting on the WNBA game. Here's what we're betting on so and so to win.
Then everyone in the bar should get involved. Put together a pot of money, wager that money.
Yeah, I think then it's going to start getting
hinky. Yeah,
some legal issues coming along the way there.
Because gambling is dirty, and after the gambling, then the whores come in, and then the whole town is wrecked. Can we talk about John Travolta's new look for a minute?
The King of Berets?
Where did he show up? I saw him on.
He was in Cannes. He was at
Cannes.
Yeah.
Cannes.
Cannes is festival.
Whatever. I hate people who say, "Oh, you mean Cannes?" I'm like, no, it looks like Cannes to me, but whatever. Showed up with a new look. And to my knowledge, that's the first anyone had seen of the new look. The goofy shaved beard and a beret. What would you do, Eric? If I started coming to the studio and I've got a whole new look. I wear a beret everywhere now.
I'm questioning if there's an alien that has taken over for you and he has no idea your actual aesthetics.
And this wasn't just a one-time thing for the film festival. He has invested in a dozen or so berets. And he says, well, the beard is a whole thing, too. The beard and the mustache combo is a weird look for him. I don't know, is he working? Is this for a role? Is he playing some evil French villain?
No, I think he got tired of people making fun of the fact he's bald.
I remember the first time I saw a picture of him bald. Remember he's sitting in a hammock, I think, laying back in a hammock. And he had the male pattern bald where he had like this ring of hair. No offense to anybody. It just was a weird, You see John Travolta with a great head of hair, and all of a sudden he's lounging in a hammock, and he's got Friar Tuck look on. I was like, oh, my God. He said the beret's been around for 800 years. He did some research. The military, it's an old school thing. I looked up the photographs of me for 50 years, and I can't tell the difference. I started to not be able to differentiate, and I said, well, you're not an actor, really. So I looked up the old school directors, and they all had berets and sometimes glasses. And it was very cliche in a wonderful way. They were probably reflecting painters and musicians of the type. He has at least 12 now, and it's landed him front page of Vogue, GQ, and Harper's Bazaar as the best dressed lists from Cannes.
It's good to be super rich, where you can just be like, you know what, I've decided I'm going to start wearing berets, and nobody's going to think that's weird.
Yeah, you really could show up at a construction site,
Hey, Gary, doing a lot of beret wearing lately.
What's up with the new hat there, man? Hey, look, beret's been around for 800 years, Hal. Mind your business. And then he says, guys don't have enough to do. They're putting men in skirts because there's a lack of something there. Why not change it up and we can have fun too? He's got to have someone around him. I was like, look, John.
It's not working.
About the new hat deal. Yeah, that is, I don't know. I mean, see how long it lasts, Seems a little faddish to me, maybe. A couple of climate news stories. if you're a soccer fan or football, prepare yourself to watch slower pace at the games. Soccer is historically a very quick-moving game, very fast, a lot of possession changes, a lot of running. But because of climate change, scientists are warning that intense heat will affect how fast players can run. That's not even scientific.
I mean, yeah, there is some science to it where you go, okay,
that's
a player's going to run slower if it's hot outside.
No, you'd run faster. Why would you run any differently?
You're getting tired faster, and you're wearing out, and you're just not going to be able to run as fast.
Your ligaments are more warmed up. Your muscles are loose. They examine the odds of temperatures exceeding 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a very nice day where I'm from. Linked to declines in player performance across the 104 scheduled matches this summer. They discovered that 93% of the games could be affected by this excessive heat of 82.4 degrees or higher. This would not only impact player performance and safety, Eric, but also match tempo.
But they played in Qatar last time.
Yeah, it's like 108 degrees.
Yeah, I did look. It's 99 degrees there currently right now.
Excuse me. The warning comes from a charity called Climate Central, which has created an interactive tool that analyzes how each team could be affected by heat. Bad news for England's first match. There's a 95% chance of performance-impairing temperatures in their game against Croatia. You think that players and the coaches and staff, the doctors are all thinking the same way?
Well, also, it's a world event. Sure, maybe the UK team's going to struggle with the temperatures a little bit, but they're going to be playing the team from Kenya.
Yeah, that's true. They say during the 2026 World Cup, we'll likely see the real-time consequences of the warming world on this sport. Heat that puts the health and performance of players at risk. Now they're risking their lives playing in this heat. Why did they decide 82.4 is nearing the danger zone?
I mean, once you get out of the state of Florida, it starts getting a little warm.
Wow. The 16 stadiums across Canada, Mexico, and U.S. England's first match has a very high likelihood of performance-impairing heat. Things appear cooler for the second match against Ghana, which only has a 16% chance of hitting high temperatures. I grew up playing sports in Texas. It was always hot. I noticed that came from a charity. The charity's making it warm. The climate charity.
It's more climate panic, where they're just going in there and they're picking the biggest event that's going to happen in the summer. And they're like, oh, well, I mean, I know FIFA last time was playing in Qatar, which, the temperatures around this time of year are averaging somewhere in the 100 degrees. And those guys, they somehow survived. I mean, it was amazing. They were just on the verge of death at all times. But when you come here to the U.S. and you're going to play in some games in Jersey and inside the AT&T Stadium, the temperature could get over 82 degrees, and these guys could start faltering and dying because of climate change.
It's hot there. I got a friend up the street, the Libyan guy, our neighbors, and he goes back to Libya all the time and to Qatar to do some, I'm not exactly sure what, he might be some international criminal, I don't know. But it always brings me back coffee. And I'm like, how's the weather? I'm trying to get small talk with him. He's like, it's 118 in Qatar. I said, 108? He goes, yes, this is normal. And I go, what do you do? Is you run to the car, and then you run inside, and then you run back to the car. You stay indoors, basically. I don't know. Are people going to be in the stands like, man, this game is really boring. It's kind of slow moving.
No, there's not going to be one person that's standing in there like, man, these guys are definitely much slower than they were last time we had the World Cup, and it's taken away my enjoyment. Climate change got us again.
Well, ever since that New York Times article came out, and and kind of owned up to climate hype. Said, "All right, everyone agrees. We're not going to burst into flames in the next couple of years." It's had an effect. NPR had an entire division of reporters dedicated to reporting climate hysteria. They're all let go. They had a climate desk. About 10 people that worked at the climate desk. This is the scoop from the former chief climate editor, Neela Banerjee. I've been at NPR for 6 years, and for the last 3, I worked as the head of its relatively new climate desk. We were 10 people who did ambitious, prize-winning enterprise and broke news. We launched an annual network-wide Climate Solutions Week that set the standard for cooperations with member stations and gave audiences, this sounds like such a hooey of a crap job some liberal would have, gave audiences a sense of agency and inspiration amid the planetary gloom. We built a reporting collaborative of more than 50 member stations, which covered climate at the local level and became tightly knit in the process. We broke down silos with NPR, and we helped our colleagues at shows, podcasts, and desks understand climate change in their context. It was a grand run. Today I was laid off by NPR. The climate desk no longer exists. I've rarely been as inspired or happy as I was working with the 9 other journalists on NPR's climate desk. Right. Spreading anti-human cult thinking that we're all going to die in no time at all from farting cows. She had friends. She made friends at NPR. And she's sad that they can't spend the time together spreading climate hysteria throughout their affiliate stations. Hopefully she'll get the help she needs, you know. I don't need an impending sense of planetary gloom.
Just about everything. There could be, you don't need an entire desk for everybody where
10 people.
I mean, how often is the news about climate change changing? Is there a guy that's got his ears up against the headphones, listening to the AP and the ticker coming across?
News in that
okay,
department.
we got to get some breaking news on the climate change, and we're going to get that out there. We need 10 of you here to go through that.
We wasted all that taxpayer money. We were funding a 10-man climate desk at NPR. They launched annual network-wide Climate Solutions Week. Set the standard for cooperation with members. Oh, my God. It sounds like one of those, one of those jobs you're like, what really do you do? And they read a paragraph. And I'm not getting it. Is there work involved at all? We broke down silos with NPR and helped our colleagues at shows and podcasts. And I get it. They went out and took the bad climate news and shared it on podcasts and other shows and other NPR networks and spread it evenly. I'm finding my way forward because as crushing as journalism can be, it has often given me purpose, joy, and friendship. Our desk was a testament to that. She's probably 22, 23, 4 cats.
She was changing the world, though. She was out there going ahead and letting everybody know that if they did not, if they use their leaf blower tomorrow, they've killed their grandkids.
You know what's going to happen here? These smaller outfits go, man, we're saving a whole lot of money since we canned all the climate freaks. There's 10 people. What do you think they're making at NPR? 80 grand a piece, maybe more?
Yeah, I mean, at least the chief editor there would have been.
Man. Well, it's it has kind of, except for the bad news about the World Cup being slower, we've been low on climate hysteria as of late, I've noticed. This happened, this poor cop got arrested. South Carolina cop. Now facing felony charges. He allegedly pointed his department-issued firearm at a fellow officer during a confrontation about microwaved fish. I understand he's
absolutely right.
he confronted his fellow officer who was warming up fish in the microwave, causing an odor in the office. He allegedly drew and pointed his department-issued handgun at the other officer. Both gave statements. We had a similar situation in a radio station office where one jock from another station brought in last night's scallops. I figured it would be a great idea to warm up that place. It stunk for days.
Yes, because it happened to be the cantina was in the middle of all the studios as well.
I know. I wouldn't have considered pulling a gun on the guy.
But you didn't have one on you at the time.
Well, I did not have one on my time.
And nobody in the office did, because there's a chance that would have been bad.
And right in that kitchen was the return air vent for every other AC vent in the building. So you got it whether or not your door was closed or not. Oh, my God. It smelled so horrible. Ooh. That was... they've separated their employment. Violating the the officer professional standards. Yeah, that's probably on the list. You think I can pull a weapon on my? I know you probably feel like it, but not a good idea. When we return, there's a joke in here somewhere, but I don't want to sound like I'm racist. But tell you about a lady who called. What she saw outside her window would have scared all of us. A camouflaged man wielding a bazooka. I'll tell you how this frightening caper ended when we return. Hang on. I'm Shannon Burke, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Free speech lives here with Kaylee Company weekday mornings on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. They still gave me a medal. I don't want a reward for doing. I want a reward for dominating. Like Daily Prize Matcher on Bet365. I play for free and win real rewards, like up to $5,000 in cash weekly. Unlike that joker in denim. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply.
Craving real barbecue? Head to Henry's Hots Barbecue in Folsom, New Jersey. Voted Best of South Jersey Barbecue for 14 years. Open Friday through Sunday from noon till 7. Featuring St. Louis-style ribs, beef brisket, burgers, and an all-you-can-eat buffet every Sunday. Dine inside, relax outside, grab takeout, or let Henry's Hots cater your next event with full-service catering. Find them at 1003 Black Horse Pike in Folsom or visit bestbbqsj.com. Henry's Hots Barbecue, real Texas-style barbecue done right.
Babbel proudly presents the Sheep Cheese Fiasco.
Cute market. Ooh, cheese. Let's get cheese. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Hola. Quiero una oveja. Pequeñita.
¿Una oveja pequeñita?
Sí.
Bueno, pues tengo como 20.
Oh, no. Oh, but they're cute.
Don't let your Spanish fool you. Avoid bringing home the farm with Babbel, the award-winning language learning app.
Can you make us some cheese, please? Oh, cheese. You're not cheese.
Practice with Babbel's guided conversations based on real situations. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will have you speaking conversationally in as little as 3 weeks.
Yes. Oh, you're so sweet.
Get up to 50% off on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's 50% off at BABBEL.com.
As a doctor, I see patients every day who are losing their vision and independence to age-related macular degeneration, also known as AMD. It's the leading cause of blindness in adults 55 and older. Some of us are at greater risk for AMD. If you have blurry vision or blind spots, they can be symptoms of AMD. If left untreated, it can lead to blindness. The good news, with early detection, AMD can be managed with effective clinically approved treatments that can reduce or even reverse some vision loss. Learning that you have AMD can be scary, but there's hope and help. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is researching and developing treatments and cures for AMD. To get your free AMD information packet, contact the Foundation Fighting Blindness today at 1-800-BLINDNESS. That's 1-800-BLINDNESS. Join the fight against AMD, because together there is a cure in sight.
The working families of La Una Neighbors District Council of Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are proud contributors to all aspects of growth in this great city. The Neighbors District Council provides safe, well-trained, productive workers who enable projects to be done on time and under budget. We appreciate our signatory contractors and their commitment to fairness and equality. Neighbors, we're building a better future today.
Brought to you by the Laborers District Council Licit Fund.
Upgrade your home with a home equity loan from American Heritage Credit Union. With home equity, you have lots of options. You can complete home improvement projects, fund a family vacation, consolidate bills, or pay for school tuition. Celebrating 250 years of the American dream. Visit AmericanHeritageCU.org/home equity to learn more. Insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. Not a member? Join today. NMLS 433838.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Now back to the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Remember the activist Robbie Starbuck? He's the guy that went out outing corporations for being woke. And he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he got a bunch of them to change their the way they did their things, their training, things like that.
And there are unlikely companies you would think were had woke policies, like Tractor Supply and John Deere. You know, these people these corporations that cater to mainly rural people above, most. They skew male, they're rural, they're all politically conservative. It was an odd thing to discover. He had other targets as well, other companies that he got them to change their policies. And one of them was Harley Davidson. And apparently Harley Davidson was pretty, they had a CEO as a German guy, which I thought was weird, and he wore foofy German guy suits, real tight, pointy shoes. Didn't look like a guy
not a guy that you would think is riding a Harley around.
Right. I want the guy to show up, some harness boots and tasteful slacks, and ride in on a road glide or something. They promised at that time to end the wokeness there. He started in 2024. And they did drop a bunch of their DEI policies, but apparently they're back. And he was urging Harley riders to switch brands to Indian, and he's still doing it today. And I see a bunch of guys out there, Hey, if you ride a Harley, would you switch to an Indian?
No, people are usually pretty brand loyal.
Yeah. He says that he has to expose them again now. They cleaned up a bunch of DEI stuff. Chief among his concerns now is the newly hired CEO, Artie Starrs. He said, after an extremely tumultuous period where your brand was torn down and now is seen as weird, woke, and weak, you're going to bring in a CEO that's going to, like, project the masculine identity of the brand, right? The pro-America identity of the brand. Maybe not so much. Then he calls out Starrs because apparently they sponsored a pride group and an LGBTQ plus golf tournament that raised money for San Francisco Pride when he was running Topgolf and launching anti-racism training for educators while he was CEO of Pizza Hut. He hasn't done anything at Harley-Davidson like that yet. But he's mad. He said, is this seeming like the guy to turn around a brand that has a wokeness problem? Hey, I'd wait and see what happened. I'm particularly, I'm biased towards Harley-Davidson. After a social media blitz back in 2024, Harley-Davidson put out a statement. They were saddened by the negativity of social media, that they had not had a DEI department for months. They did not have hiring quotas, and they stopped pursuing supplier. They had supplier diversity goals, which is really ridiculous. Like, we're so woke, we're not going to buy stuff unless you're woke too.
Yes, and that's what causes prices to go crazy.
They stopped pursuing those goals. They pledged to no longer participate in a benchmark index, that human rights campaign thing. And they're not doing any of those. But he said he's going to highlight some soon. He hadn't yet. USA Today did a story. Okay. He said, they got this new guy. He was woke at Topgolf. He was woke at Pizza Hut. And he's probably going to do some woke stuff here at Harley. Nothing to report yet, but he said the coming weeks he's going to let it all out of the bag. I guess I'm not going to stop buying Harleys, but I guess that if this guy is back to, they had hiring DEI policies and quotas and all of this nasty stuff. If they went back to that, I'd probably have my last one I'll ever own anyway. I don't know. But it's not enough to get someone like that to switch.
No, it's not. Harley would have to roll Dylan Mulvaney out on a Harley to get a lot of people to switch.
In a mankini?
Yeah.
He just is upset because of the new CEO. He had a problem with the last CEO. You'd think he'd be happy that he split. I used to think these made sense. And some of them do. And I think we've, along with the help of activists like Starbuck and other people, and Trump and this administration, that DEI has largely disappeared. Either it's disappeared, or it's not as blatant, or they changed it to a different name, or they're still doing it, but they're not telling anybody. But I think it's, I think by and large it's gone. I would think. I don't know any giant corporations with super woke policies.
I don't know if it's gone. It's definitely hibernating right now.
Well, then, because of the administration?
Yes, I definitely think that if things change in the next couple of years to drift more to the former administration type of views on things, then yes, I believe everybody. I think, honestly, that all those DEI handbooks and most corporations, they locked them in a closet, and they're just like, all right, we'll see you guys in about 2 years, and we'll go right back to that.
Does this article say how old this lady was who called the cops on a guy with a bazooka?
I could take a guess. She's probably up there in age.
Yeah. 10:40 a.m. Maud picked up the phone to call the cops. She's in Bridgewater, Connecticut. She reported that she had seen a camouflaged bazooka-wielding man in the yard or walking down the street. The cops say, look, you get one call like that, you got to go out there. Oh, he's on a main road. It's something you got to take into account. They rushed out there. They said, cops are trained to treat suspicious sightings, even the more dubious ones, as if they could be legitimate. You can't just say, lady, you're crazy. They did go out and found Juan Valdez, a landscaper, carrying a leaf blower. Then he went on to make some excuses. Well, everyone's perception can be different of these things.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of landscapers out there. I've never looked at my window like, does that guy have a bazooka?
Why is the air blowing those leaves out of that bazooka down the street? Everyone's perception can be different. You're better off calling and reporting something than ignoring it and having it be something a lot worse. I don't know if that's an abuse of the 911 system or a racist old lady.
She saw something. She had enough in her mind that she saw, she looked out there and was like, oh,
he's brown.
There's a brown man with some camouflage. Is that a bazooka? I better call the cops right now.
Probably just a long dog guy, got a company shirt on, it's camouflage or something like that, and he's trying to blow some leaves and make a living. Now he's getting rousted by the Bridgewater Police Department because Maud thought he was a terrorist coming down the street to blow her up. I can't say I blame her. All right, when we return, how much money is Shiloh Sanders making?
A couple million.
He's late on his Mercedes payment. It's kind of weird.
Well, Shiloh's not making anything.
Oh.
Shadur might be making some.
Oh.
Shiloh's the one that was...
he's in deep...
Yeah, Shiloh was the one with the Bucks that he got kicked off after throwing one punch in his very first preseason game.
And then he apparently roughed some security guard up there who got a judgment against him because they didn't show up in court. He got a judge to stay all debt collections right now, which was that guy who got the judgment. It also happened to roll in his Mercedes payment, and the Mercedes are like, hey, wait a second here. He owes us $9,000, and that car's depreciating every day. We'll get to it next. Stick around. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Kale and Company, weekday mornings, 6 till 10.
You've got bikes, you've got scooters, you've got delivery drivers, now we have robots. What does it say about a city? And I get it, this is the direction of technology. All of the extra technology that's moving as you're trying to move in an already congested city, I think there's going to be a lot of pushback and resistance to the robots here in Philadelphia. Short of the bougie crowd that's going to love it in and around Market and Chestnut.
Send me my Chipotle.
Yes.
Oh, there's a robot from Uber. Like, are we that lazy?
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
My name's Michaela. I joined the Army at 17. When I got back from Iraq a few years ago, I became pregnant and ended up homeless.
No veteran should ever face homelessness. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is working hard to end veteran homelessness by the end of 2015. VA offers programs to help eligible veterans stay healthy, find a job, and secure or maintain safe, stable housing. With a simple call to 877-424-3838, specialists can connect veterans to the services and support they have earned, regardless of their branch or era of service.
My life works now. I got help from VA, and now I'm on a mission to share these resources.
VA is here to help. If you or a veteran you know is homeless or at immediate risk of becoming homeless, call 877-424-3838 or chat online at va.gov/homeless.
I am a mother.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a singer.
I am an artist. I'm a journalist. A businesswoman.
An educator.
A sister. A grandmother.
An advocate.
A leader.
I am a friend.
I am
one of more than a million people living with HIV in the U.S.
We are not alone. Let's stop HIV together.
Get the facts, get tested, get involved. Go to www.actagainstaids.org for more information.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
There is a late, maybe this is the bombshell stuff that the Graham Plattner people were looking for. But is it enough that he loses?
It doesn't seem to be. I'm kind of trying to take a pressure temperature gauge through social media, and most of the people that were going to vote for him seem to be like, well, it's not good, but it's not that bad.
I mean, this guy literally is the antithesis of the Democrat Party. He's a woman hater. He once twisted his ex-girlfriend's arm, fantasized about killing people and raping intruders. Liz Warren endorsed him, Bernie Sanders endorsed him, Chuck Schumer, all of these people who endorsed this guy. It's just still coming out in drips. But he's got 3 ex-girlfriends right now, recounting their troubled time dating the Marine veteran. They described him as somebody who hated women, and I don't want to tell you what he called women, but it's quite disgusting. He said that word a lot. He also said that if anyone had broken the house, I would rape them, not in a gay way. I would rape them to show them that I'm dominant. He twisted one girl's arm in an argument, shoved her in a bedroom, held the door closed, telling her she shouldn't leave until she was calm. I don't know. Normally these are enough accusations to sink a political candidate. But they so desperately need power. They desperately need the Senate. And they desperately need to beat Susan Collins. And this is the only way they think they could do it. It's pretty disgusting.
They let this go on for so long that they let it get to a point where the Democrats cannot bail on him now.
I'm like, why?
Unless they, I'm still seeing that this is a slow drip. There's probably going to be some more to this, but they've gotten to a point where he is their candidate. They can't put another guy up there fast enough.
Yeah, they probably can't. Well, maybe they're just trying to get him another person on the ballot. I have no idea. Do you think there's a force out there working against him right now? Or is this just the natural flow of things?
Well, the funny part is they're not denying any of it. He tried to have it stopped last night with his lawyers, calling New York Times to get them to stop, and New York Times said, hey, we went ahead and vetted all these people. We've taken these sources. They're fine. And then they called him about the raping a person if they break into his house, and his campaign said, yes, he said that, which is the weirdest thing I've ever seen a campaign say.
At least they didn't deny it. Oh, that's crazy. I would have accepted that a lot better than, oh, yeah, sure he said that. Okay. Can you imagine? Imagine Trump said that. If anyone ever broke into my home, I would rape them. Not a gay way, of course, but I would definitely rape them. That's enough to disqualify you. Well, I'm going to wait for the bomb. One more big, some photos. That guy's sent out D-pics against women's will. He seems like that kind of guy, right? Well, if you're looking for some education in practical and professional experience and diplomacy, and you need an internship to bolster that resume, I've got the perfect opportunity for you. It's in Germany. You would be working at the Afghanistan consulate as an intern to the Taliban. The promise is to give successful applicants practical and professional experience working within a diplomatic mission. Students, both mandatory and voluntary internships. What's a mandatory? Oh, if you have one. Graduates and other individuals who wish to gain professional experience in a diplomatic mission. They've been back in power since 2021. The advertisement is causing quite a bit of head shaking. In the capital, it asks whether Jews and Christians also have a chance of obtaining an internship with them. The Consulate General declined to answer that question. The German government does not classify the Taliban as a terrorist group. They're just a bunch of guys with beards. And
does it look good on your LinkedIn profile?
I mean, depends on what you're shooting for in life. If you're,
I think I could be a very viable candidate for this company. I've had experience with terrorist organizations as an intern.
I mean, no wonder Germany and other European nations are so overrun. I mean, the interior minister there, he said in exchange for the MP. In exchange for a few deportations, the Taliban could do whatever they want in Germany. Wow. Can you imagine that? A bunch of Afghan nationals in there. They need an intern for you to... They've got diplomatic currency in Germany. I don't know if they have a consulate in Bonn, Germany. A literally terrorist group.
Terrorist groups need interns too.
I was just about to say the terrorists. They especially need some help with diplomacy. I would imagine. That doesn't say whether it's a paid internship or not.
Oh, of course, it's not a paid one.
Like a Jewish guy is going to go in there and get that gig?
No.
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 Well. These, I don't even want to talk about that story. It's kind of gross. Scientists used the guts out of a mummy to make bread. They had yeast growing in there.
What are we doing with this? Why are scientists always like, hey, we found some old yeast. Let's make a beer out of it. Or let's make some bread out of it.
Cupcakes out of it. They say very well. But this is a famous dead guy, right?
The frozen man. I think it's Etsy.
Oezti. Oezti. They found him in the Alps, killed by an arrow in the back, remained frozen. He's perfect. They had to dig him up, cut his guts open, found some yeast, made some bread.
Could you imagine that?
No.
5,000 years ago, you died. Took an arrow to the back. They didn't even have the common courtesy to bury you. They just left you in the frozen tundra there. And 5,000 years after that, they cut you open. They see what you ate. Like, oh, man, he ate some berries. Oh, there's some yeast in here. Let's make a sourdough out of it. Like a nice Reuben.
They reproduce the gut yeast in a fridge. He said, why is it? Everyone tells you they have yeast. You immediately have to make bread out of it or beer. They said it didn't work the first time around. After months of effort, they had very good sourdough. Oh. Well, that's the way you keep sourdough going. You take some of the mother, put it into the new stuff, and and it keeps going and going and going. Out of some old ancient guy's gut. All right. Oh, you got to take a break, don't we? When we return, I'll tell you what Eric Swalwell's chief of staff is now doing. It's another congressman. Hang on, it's the Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Summer is almost here, and it's the perfect time to start stocking up on easy treats from Tasty Cake. The baked peach pie is a sweet, fruit-filled snack that feels like warm weather is on the way. And the lemon cupcakes are perfect for backyard hangs, weekend outings, and all those busy on-the-go summer days that are right around the corner. So next time you're at your local grocery store, grab a few. Simple, fun, and ready for the season ahead. Tasty Cake, accept no substitutes.
Living here is about more than just the headlines. It's the new restaurant opening in Fishtown. It's the playoff energy at the bank. It's the festivals that make your neighborhood feel like home.
KYW News Radio brings you the pulse of the Delaware Valley. From service journalism that solves problems to stories that celebrate our culture, we cover the life you're actually living.
Authentic, local, factual. KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news source.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Prioritize yourself and make your dream of an attractive, healthy smile a reality at PI Dental Center. The professionals at PI Dental have been transforming patients' smiles for over 38 years. Board-certified specialists, Dr. Glenn Wolfinger and Dr. Robert Slough, perform complex dental makeovers with their teeth-in-a-day protocol, where dental implants are placed and restored with fixed teeth in just one day. It's time to invest in yourself. For a smile that's monumental, trust PI Dental. Visit pidentalcenter.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
I am convinced that much like a cruise ship, when someone gets the norovirus and everybody gets it, if someone has herpes in Congress, they've all got it.
Well, they have to because they're all incestuous with each other.
It really is quite amazing. And G. Gomez, congressman, by the way, he is the founder of the Dads Caucus. Yeah. Had an 11-month-old kid when he was cheating on his wife. New York Post did a report on an encounter where Gomez, 48 at the time, was spotted having a rather intimate moment up against a car. You know what that means? Outside a party at Eric Swalwell's home in 2023. The woman, Yardena Wolf, at the time was 2 years into her tenure as Eric Swalwell's top staffer. I mean, it's like, what? She was a rising star in Democratic circles, had a glowing profile in Elle magazine in 2024, co-launched an artificial intelligence powered fundraising company with Eric Swalwell. She seemed to be a willing participant in what they describe as a raunchy, romantic... I'm thinking he's having sex with this poor girl against a car in Eric Swalwell's driveway.
Sex or something else.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Little, troubling. Gomez was married with a very young son at the time, and apparently that forced Jimmy to confess in a statement that he did, in fact, cheat on his wife. She's like, duh. It really is just a giant, incestuous, filthy orgy of lawmakers. She's now 51. I'm sorry, Eric is now 51. Championing fatherhood in the Dad's Caucus. He denied any inappropriate behavior at all up until Tuesday when he had to let it all out of the bag. And he said, personal mistake. He confessed to personal mistakes outside my marriage. Nothing illegal. Like Swalwell, who was accused of raping an aide when she was too drunk to consent to sex. Imagine, and all the other tales. And it's not just Democrats. There's some dirty congressmen who've had Republicans who had to resign before the ethics committee came out with reports to keep their ass out of trouble. And how many people have left? Didn't Cawthorn leave?
Yes, he did.
Because he was like, cocaine and naked people are everywhere.
And he was a part of it for a little while.
Is that part of the deal, you think?
I do think that is. Once you get there, you because there's people that are around each other at all the time, it's like a giant frat house there.
Like you show up at a party and they're like, hey, here's your insider trading tips for the day on this memo. Mm-hmm. Here's a bag of cocaine for you. And
also, you're a first year, so you have to wear the gimp mask at the party tonight.
Some various interns from other offices are here. Make yourself at home. So what does that tell you? We tolerated it all along. This guy denied it up till Tuesday. Absolutely full-throat denials across the board. Married man, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And we have, he wasn't under oath when he denied it, unfortunately. But what, I don't know, but Democrats certainly tolerate that.
That's the problem, is because there is no punishment for it. Because the Democrats decide it. The only punishment you can have is to vote him out in 4 years, and they don't ever do that because people are so tribalist. They just look at the name, the letter next to the name, and they go, oh, yeah, that guy, I like him. I don't care that he slept with 8 of his interns and he did this or that. And
Right. Look, same thing with Plattner. I mean, they don't really care about all the... and Swalwell. Everyone knew everything about Swalwell the whole time.
Gold Bar Menendez there, who
he did nothing sexual because he looked like a Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, but he was also lining his wife's fur coat pocket with stolen money, and they just kept voting him in.
Gold bars. They said that this lady Wolf and Gomez vigorously denied the encounter. They denied it ever occurred. Back in April, New York Post did a story about it. They both acknowledged attending the party at Swalwell's house, but they vigorously denied everything.
Until, they had to admit that actually they did it.
Yeah, one congressional aide says she and Swalwell, meaning Wolf, are two peas in a pod. He personally witnessed the makeout session. When they get caught, they gaslight the S out of you to make sure that you question your own sanity. Like they're telling him, well, I saw you. No, you didn't do that. Oh, I should have run for Congress. That is it for us today. Have a great night. I think we're back tomorrow, as long as we don't get a phone call later tonight. My name is Shannon Burke, along with Eric Stacy. Thanks to Greg and the guys back at the station. We'll see you tomorrow on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious